Hello, and welcome to episode 33 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello.
Hello.
I like the Eldritch Podblast.
The Eldritch Podblast.
Oh, you shocked me. That was so loud.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. That
Sorry to you as well.
Yeah, I won't remember to turn that down.
No.
And we'll
No, it
all
wasn't
collectively die a death.
It wasn't quite as loud as the fireball death from.
It wasn't from Monday's last Monday's episode.
A few episodes ago.
Oh my god.
The Margaret did have to turn
Oh,
down.
you are lucky. If you watch Monday's episode where we did like horrible house rules, there was one where Jack was pretending to cast a fireball, and you
No. I was
so
pretending
lucky.
I was pretending I was having fireball cast on me.
Oh, I
Because it was like
understand.
the DM was like, "What are you doing?
What's happening to you?
What's happening to you?"
And
I was pretending like I was getting fireballs. I was like, "Ah."
you know, there's things where it's like images that are like moments before death.
Yeah.
That was all y'all watching, and you are so lucky. I was scrubbing through the video just to make sure all the edits were done, and I literally landed on the bit where you screamed and peeked the mic. If I had to turn it down to 2%, Jack. That's so
I'm just a loud person.
Yeah, well, I mean, same.
I have a loud voice.
No, yeah, you do. You do have a big voice.
I feel like I've gotten a lot quieter in my old age.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
I mean, the 2% volume disagrees.
Yeah, I can still crank it
Yeah.
if I need to.
Yeah.
But I feel like I used to be a lot louder when I was
I
younger.
agree. Yeah, I agree. You know what? When you were drunk.
Because I don't drink anymore. But when I used to drink, oh my fucking god.
Big old voice.
Like you can all see, like I like to talk with my hands.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big hands talker.
There was a discussion in one of the watch parties that when Jack gets mad, he invents a new language with his hands.
Yeah, you should have seen me when I was drunk.
Oh, it was like
a
that new language
to a whole different level.
Mm-hmm.
The hands were out. The voice was loud.
Yeah, it was all there. The eyes were gone.
Yeah.
Brain cells gone.
God. Yeah, you know when you get to that point in drunk.
Oh yeah.
There's just nothing
behind their minds.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore. I haven't for. I think it's for quite a while now.
It's been a long time. Yeah, I don't drink anymore either.
It's been about a year and a half, nearly 2 years.
It's been a long time. So solidarity.
For no other reason than I'm just fucking old.
I can't handle
the hangover anymore.
Absolutely cannot handle the aftermath.
So
no.
I used to drink and I used to wake up and I used to be like, well,
yeah, I know.
That wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Honestly, exactly the same.
But you know, you can drink if you want.
Yeah, you can drink. You can crack open a drink right now. Go ahead. Go on.
Get yourself a beverage.
Yeah.
A sweet, cold beverage.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be alcohol-maholic. Have you? Oh, you know what? Don't say it. I don't want to hear 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 it for anyone.
Did you say alcohol-maholic?
No.
Alcohol-maholic.
No.
Make sure you get yourself go and get yourself an alcohol-maholic.
Yes.
If any of you have any of those, yeah. I don't think you will because they don't exist.
They're common prayer and plays. We were watching a video. You begin about to shake your water.
I was about to say I got my drink.
Oh, I thought you were going to give him a real big shake for some reason. Wow, nice.
Just near all the electrical equipment.
Yeah. We love house fires.
Just gave me it.
We were watching a video last night about water talk, and oh my god, if I am not obsessed with trying to find videos about water talk. This was at like 2 a.m. when we couldn't even keep our eyes open, and I was desperately trying to find TikTok videos about water talk. Anyway, how did we get here?
I don't know. No shade to Americans, but do you guys not have dilute chips?
Well, no.
We were watching this, and like it all seems to be like
powders, like sachets and like drops. Like here in UK, listen, we have something called. I think it's officially called. I think it's officially called cordial.
My water bottle is too big.
My
spoon is too big.
Wow, we are showing our age there.
Are we? What's that even from? I got it from you.
You got it from me. It was just a YouTube video of a dude whose spoon was too big.
And is that what he said?
My spoon is too big. Yeah. I think there's a banana at the end, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I think in UK we officially call it squash.
Yeah, or cordial.
Or
juice.
It's basically just like liquid.
Just like dilute,
You pour more liquid into.
You put a tiny bit in, you dilute with water, and it's a tasty beverage.
Yeah, and you know, like, do you not have that?
Do you not have that in the US?
I guess not, because there's a lot of sachets.
There's a lot of like powders.
You have Kool-Aid.
But that's a powder, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, you have Kool-Aid, which is apparently like the most superior. Or I'm getting that completely wrong, and Kool-Aid's the worst.
It's trash.
Why did
Just
I
hot
say
trash.
it like that? Did you know I said cool? Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Cool.
You're pretty cool.
Oh, thanks, Jack. You're pretty alcoholic.
Alcoholic.
Thanks, Jack.
Alcoholic.
Alcoholic. And anywho,
Mahumina Hamini.
yes. Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I am in everyone.
Great. Yes. Yeah. No, you are. You are included in everyone. I'm glad to hear that.
Going back in.
Jack just clapped us in. We had to stop because of the dog. And that's, I'll leave that in and you can see the absolute...
You're not ready for me to clap you back in?
No thoughts, head empty look I had. I'm pretty sure my mouth was open and I was staring into the abyss. I don't recall what we were saying, but I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday.
I was saying that I was involved in everybody.
Oh, you are? Yes, you are involved in everybody. Yes, indeed, you are. So we have a couple of things to get through. I don't know if you've noticed what Jack is currently adorning on his garment.
Oh!
If you're in the Discord, you'll have seen us share they're not official, but the photos of the merch. We have the last sample of merch that we needed in order to go ahead and solidify our suppliers, solidify the website. And we've got them. I don't know if you can see my t-shirt as well. I'm wearing the other t-shirt that we're going to release.
Yeah, the heavy fucking metal one.
Yeah. So
and this one's more just the logo.
Yeah, this one's just the logo. And there's going to be 2 options for that t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Jack. You got to write these numbers in so I make sure to remember to put the pictures in. So here's the first one, which is the heavy metal t-shirt. And this is what is going to be available. We currently have size extra small through to 4XL. We're working on 5XL as well.
We can get 5XL,
yep,
but we have to buy it on a different t-shirt, but we can buy it at the same supplier.
Exactly.
So basically, we will accept 5XL orders because, we want to get them as big as possible.
Yeah,
size
we
inclusivity.
Want to, yes, of course.
But the t-shirt that we love, that we print on, that we print our own t-shirts on our own shop, the style that is in only goes up to a 4X.
Yes, which is what this is on.
Yes.
And Jack actually has the variant of the other t-shirt that is printed on. So this is Gildan Soft Style. This is Gildan Heavy Cotton.
This,
you prefer that one,
I actually prefer this one.
Yeah.
I like the weight of it. I feel like it sits better on me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I'm, a bigger dude. And
I'm a bigger gal.
I'm curvy in places. So I think this is actually quite flattering.
I agree. So, I agree. So
this isn't the 5XL, but I wanted to get it to make sure if somebody did buy a 5XL,
the quality was good.
The quality was good,
so
and I think I actually prefer this.
This is the logo t-shirt, and this is what's on the front. Now there's 2 variants of this. You can get it with just the logo on the front for the same price that you would get this on.
Yeah.
And then you can also get the variant where it has this on the back.
The Squad Blaster.
Squad Blaster. And
the Squad Blaster on the back.
This one's going to be a little bit more just by default of having 2 prints.
Yes.
Our dog's stuck in the curtain.
Dog's stuck in the curtain and he's staring at me. Hello. Let me try and just...
Go on. Shimmy yourself right
in the seat.
Oh, no. I have no idea if you can see what Jack...
Oh. What fell off?
I have no idea.
It was the mixer.
Oh, God. No. The most important piece of equipment. We don't know 100% the prices yet, but as soon as we do know, we will let you know. We're working on it with our suppliers. We're trying to get the best price for you, the best price for us, at the best quality we can get without skimping out, basically.
Yeah. These aren't fucking shit t-shirts.
No, they're good
like,
t-shirts.
These are, the stuff that we like to wear.
Yeah.
Like in our everyday lives.
Yeah, exactly.
T-shirts that I buy are printed on this, and I like it, so that's why we went to these people. They are naturally just a little bit more expensive than,
of course. Well,
some other trash brands.
Well, yeah, of course. And this is all new to us. We have our own business when we make our own t-shirts, but they're not in full color like this, and they're not printed like this. So we're going to an outside supplier, which we've never done before. So there's a little bit of a learning curve. I've got to be honest. There's a lot of back and forth, a lot of working everything out. So as soon as we know, we're going to aim to have the shop up by the end of May. So when everyone's pay comes in, you'll have a chance to get a t-shirt.
Yeah, last thing we want to do is launch them when no one's got any cash, because
exactly.
Nothing feels worse than wanting something and not being able to buy it because it's the middle of the month.
And they're not limited edition. They're here to stay until, later on down the line.
If you don't have the cash this month,
don't worry about it.
Just pick one up whenever you want. And even that's if you do want to pick one up. And if you don't, that's fine too.
Absolutely fine. Please don't feel like you have to. We just appreciate the fact you're here. And if you want to rep the podcast, please go ahead. We'd love you to.
And, it is a great way to support the podcast.
Yeah, it is. Truly it is. So, okay, that's the merch out of the way.
Yeah.
So, I would like to move on to what some could selfishly argue is one of my favourite parts of the podcast. And it's some fan art.
Ah, the fan art.
It's some fan art showcasing I'd like to do. So, I would like to open up with this lovely piece of thanks, Jack.
I'll note that down because that won't go in there.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you. This lovely piece of fan art, which I believe is like a rework of the DreamWorks
it's cute.
Girl Sat on the Moon, and it just says Moon Druid Margaret. And this was done by the lovely Flux Tribe on TikTok. I will link all of their information down below.
Tribe.
The Flux Tribe.
I think I've seen Flux Tribe in some of the chats.
Yes, well, yeah.
What's happening, Flux Tribe?
What's happening? So they actually did this while we were in one of the watch parties, and it was just such a sweet, lovely surprise, and
Very cute.
I love it. It's it's not traditional fan art in the sense of it's not like of a character, but man, I fucking love this. Yeah? I really love this.
I think it's adorable.
I think it's adorable. I think it's smart. I think it's simple. I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. Good. So thank you so much, Flux Tribe. I really appreciate that.
Moon
Druid.
It was too quick. You need to leave it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's Moon. Yeah. Druid.
Oh, wow. Sorry to all of our listeners who aren't watching the video.
You gotta build some anticipation.
Got you.
In between the two.
Got you. Gotta have a bit quaking.
Gotta gab.
Gotta gab. Yeah.
Gotta get gabbing or get going.
Get gabbing or get going.
Get gabbing or get going.
I think that's the best I've ever done that voice.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Very gravelly.
Thank you so much.
Give me it again.
Get gabbing or get going.
That was pretty good.
I don't know where that came from, to be honest.
That was nice. You've unlocked a new voice.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that came from really the depths of hell.
Nice. It's my favorite place.
Thank you so much. Watch everyone listening be like,
shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
Margaret, that my ears are now bleeding.
Margaret, that's actually hideous. What are you doing? So this next fan art as well. So this comes from Jess, and they go by...
Cheers, Jess.
Thank you, Jess. They go by JBertArt on Instagram. I will, of course, leave all the links below.
I think I've seen JBertArt.
Yes.
In the Discord.
Yes. And we actually have in the next episode, spoiler for what the next episode is, we're into some horror stories. And we actually have a horror story coming in from Jess.
Nice.
In the next episode.
That is good but sad to know.
That is good but sad to know. But Jess very kindly did some art of Rayla. And
which one's this? Because obviously I'm not looking at it right now.
So this is the one that's like kind of more like an oil painting. Like
yes.
Oil painting, more like a digital painting.
I remember which one you were talking about before.
I'd say really. God, Jess, I'm sorry. Please clarify exactly what your style is. I'd say this is more like a realism. Image.
She looks quite brooding.
She does look very,
and she looks quite mean.
I think that was my favorite part about it. The fact that I feel like her brooding was really captured very well in this, and obviously it's a gorgeous piece of artwork.
Yeah, it's fucking
absolutely gorgeous.
They all are. They're all fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, of course. And the craftsmanship from all of them is incredible.
The craftsmanship,
man. I have a really funny story.
Yeah, there is a pretty funny story. Should we tell it? Should we quickly tell it?
Watch everyone be like, shut up, we don't want your story.
Get to the fucking unpopular opinion. Shut up.
Well, before I get onto that, I just want to say a big thank you to Jess, big thank you to the Flux Tribe. Thank you so much to everyone who has done fan art of my characters. I know that there is currently something in the work.
I didn't even ask for it, but somebody in the community called Pip came to me and said, I feel like you've been left out as the forever DM, and Margaret's getting... I don't think Pip said this, but it was basically like, you don't... Margaret's getting all the artwork. But, there's no, obviously, artwork of you or like any of your characters.
Sweet.
So,
and also, Philippa actually did the very first piece of fan art for Rayla as well, which is gorgeous.
So Pip said, if there was any character you would like drawn, who would you like? And I said, I think I would like Jasper to be drawn, who was in... when we ranked all of our characters, Jasper was my last one, and he was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And I do wish that his character, his story would be told. But,
yeah.
And it's on the way, and it's just mad.
Well,
The thing is, I've never had any character because I've always been the DM.
Yeah, you're not really one to get commissions either.
Not really, because it doesn't like. See, the thing is, right? It doesn't really bring me as much joy as it brings you. It really brings you a lot of joy.
It brings me an extraordinary amount of joy.
I would say that. but then I got this.
I know,
and then I was like,
I know,
it's just so beautiful to
I know.
see. Like,
well, let's put it in, because the thing is, we're recording now. There's a chance it might be done, and if it's not done, I know Pip has posted loads of progress work. So here's either, depending on
a work in progress Jasper,
a work in progress Jasper, and potentially a finished Jasper. And from what I've seen, Pip, you've once again captured the very essence of Jasper, which is unbelievable.
It's insane.
I don't know how any of you do it.
I don't get how any of you do it.
I really, really don't. And man, when I saw the sketch, because I saw the sketch before you did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I did tear up thinking about him a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a pretty sad backstory.
He's a very sad backstory.
I don't think it's the saddest.
It's definitely the saddest.
It's definitely the saddest.
So
I think Branham's is the saddest.
No, I would say Jasper's is 100% the saddest.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah. If you haven't seen Jasper's backstory, it's in our ranking our characters on a tier list video.
Yeah.
I think he's like the second to last story.
He's the second to last, and Rayla's the last.
Yeah. So if you want to be crying in the club on a Monday evening, go ahead.
A lot of my characters are very sad.
They are very sad.
I seem to gravitate very much towards emotional stories, and I
do too. Yeah, I do too. I think that's natural.
No, I don't think it is natural.
No, it is.
Not for a lot of people. Like, some people just like to have like a mystery.
Yeah.
But I feel like I tell tragic stories the best.
I feel like, yeah, no, I agree.
Personally.
The thing is, you're not like that in real life at all. So
no, not in the slightest.
Maybe it's like a vessel for you to
get out my emotions.
Yeah, to work through those things. You know, I feel like that's a common thing.
Yeah, probably.
And I can see parts of yourself in Jasper and all of
your
characters. Yeah, I can.
I can definitely see the. I've always been the sort of person who likes to help everybody out.
You very much
I've always been the sort of like,
you very much are.
Very much like, I'm gonna say the word.
Go on.
But you're still not allowed to call me it.
Oh.
I'm very, very much always taking like the dad role.
Oh, I see. He said it himself. He said it himself. He's your dad. He said it himself.
That is not what I said.
He said it himself. He's your dad. I'm your mom. I'm so sorry to break the news to you.
I always have. And then like that was definitely what Jasper was.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he was very much
when
the
he went to
the
when he went to the house to like he was very much just like their dad.
Yeah,
and,
I agree. I very, very, very much agree. Sorry, we've kind of gone on a bit of a tangent there, to be honest.
Big fucking surprise.
I know. Hands up if you're surprised.
What a shock, eh?
I know for a fact, if people are watching this and watch Pie, we are getting absolutely rinsed for this. Yeah. Man, again, I would like to once again let you all know, we have a Discord.
We do have a Discord.
The
invite link will be in the description below.
Yes. And we host watch parties for all of our episodes that come out for all different time zones.
Yeah, so you can hang out in the chat and talk about the episode as it happens.
Yeah, we're always
very fun.
We're always in the British one because we're British.
If you couldn't tell by our accents.
And it's so much fun being able to watch with you guys like in real time and see you all talking and have a chat with you. So if that's something that interests you, please take a look.
Yeah.
Join our Discord. We'd love to have you.
If this is the first ever episode you're watching us, we've talked about the Discord 100 times now.
Yeah, we have.
We love the Discord. It's full of like-minded people and helpful stuff for dungeon masters and players and sharing maps and all sorts of just great stuff where you can get advice and things like that. And we're personally in there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Come along.
Please do. We'd love to have you.
We're nearly at 400 members, which is
absolutely wild.
Insane.
Like, we cannot believe how fast it's gone because it's not even been a month. It's been maybe like 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
If that. Like, at time of watching it will be a bit longer.
Yeah, probably close to a month.
Yeah, it's grown so incredibly fast, and this is actually kind of something I wanted to touch on. Is, you know what? I think we both just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who has joined the Discord, who has seen that this is our first time doing anything like this.
Like the podcast, the Discord, like the merch line.
Yeah, all the game servers. Like it's our first time doing all of this, and we are fuddling through this.
Oh, we are
barely clinging on for life here at this point.
Yeah, I'm like crawling over the finish line.
And sometimes we're not even reaching the finish line.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like I've just set off and I've begun to crawl.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I can't even set off.
Yeah, sometimes I actually turn around and run the other way.
So, as Jack said, there's nearly 400 people, and right now it's just us. We don't have any mods. However,
it's very close. By the time this comes out, we'll have probably already chosen the mods.
You've all seen. I've put it in the community post. We have been looking for mods. By the time you've seen this, I think the applications have closed.
We'll have chosen. It may not be public yet, but we'll have chosen the mods.
Yes, exactly. So I just want to say to everyone who's in the Discord, who's joined, who's active, even if you're not active and you're just there,
we appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for being so patient and understanding with us. You know, you are our responsibility in the Discord.
In there you are. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're our responsibility
right now,
because we're your parents, so you know.
I'm not anyone's parent. I haven't had kids for a reason.
But in the Discord, you are our responsibility. And there has been moments where maybe we haven't been aware of things happening. We have maybe not acted as fast as we should. And
we've just done something fucking wrong.
Yeah, we've just done something wrong. Because through...
What's up?
Sorry, the dog bonked his head on the radiator. Scared me.
I was like, the dog's not under the table.
No.
I was probably like, what touched your leg?
Who touched your leg? Yeah, so it's just us, and thank you for being so patient.
Yeah, because
so understanding. Thank you to everyone who's made suggestions.
There's shit that
we just don't understand.
Like when the Discord server gets set up by somebody who's already had a Discord or ran a Discord, they're probably like, oh yeah, I'll set this thing in place and this thing in place and this thing in place, and then we didn't do that.
Yeah,
because
we had no idea.
We didn't know.
We had no idea.
So
and you've been helping us as we go.
Yeah,
and
holding our hands.
We cannot stress how much we appreciate that, how much we needed our hand being held through this.
Because it is just the two of us.
It is. And I have to be honest.
We both have fucking full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And, we're trying to launch merch.
We're balancing a lot of plates at the minute. And
I'm trying to DM a campaign.
We're trying to balance a lot of plates in the minute is basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
And thank you for being patient with us with all of them. We really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that it hasn't been... Well, I don't even know why I'm saying this. I was going to say I'm sorry that it hasn't been perfect.
What are you saying sorry for? You don't need to say sorry.
Thank you.
No, nobody blames you for anything. I don't think there's anything to even blame anyone about.
Thank you. It's because I care and because it's really important to me. And giving you the safest space you can possibly have is really important to us. And, I know none of you are expecting it to be perfect, and that's maybe an expectation I'm putting on myself and us.
Mm-hmm. It's, like from the get-go of the podcast, like we've said, all we ever wanted was to like build a community and like make sure it's a safe space. And the amount of people that have come over and, been able to like express themselves in probably ways that they've never been able to like express themselves before. Makes us feel great.
Yeah.
But then every single time, like maybe something wasn't set up in time, or maybe something wasn't exactly right. I know Margaret out the two of us definitely feels like it should have, because we wanted the best for you. And every time there's maybe a mistake, or every time there's something that's gone wrong, like you feel like you've let everyone down.
I think that's it.
But nobody here feels let down.
I know you don't, and I know this is a pressure I'm putting on myself, but I feel like it was our responsibility to make sure that, and I'm saying this as if like, I don't know, something absolutely heinous has happened.
literally nothing.
Literally nothing. I can't stress how much nothing has really happened.
It's been amazing.
It has. And I think this is why I feel so emotional about it, because it's been amazing, and it's been amazing because you've facilitated us and you've helped us along. Yeah. And I think Jack said it perfectly. I feel like there's an element of failing you every single time that we don't like foresee something in the future happening.
But nobody, the thing is, like, nobody expects that of you.
I know.
Nobody expects that of me.
And no one has ever, and I want to make this clear, no one has ever even had an inkling that they feel like that.
Yeah.
So I know it's me. And
but that's okay. Like, there's nothing. The thing is, though, like, I know I'm being like, but there's nothing wrong with feeling like that. But you shouldn't, because nobody's made you feel like that. And I know that
it's me making myself feel like
this. It's only because you want to do the best you can do.
That's that.
If something happens and we're doing something like reactionary instead of
Yes,
proactively.
it feels bad.
It feels bad, yeah.
It feels bad.
But
and
that's fucking hindsight, baby. And you're gonna fucking beat yourself up for the rest of your life if you just live in hindsight mode.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know you're right.
I think everybody down in the comments and in the watch party chat needs to let Margaret know that she's doing a fantastic job.
You don't need to do that.
Yes, you do. Because I feel like sometimes, like everyone already makes us feel that way. But like Margaret's got feelings too.
Yeah, what about you? You're doing an amazing job as well. And, I think this is one thing. This is all so new to us. And we foster a safe, inclusive place for everyone. And, that itself comes with its own way things have to go.
Yeah.
And when they don't go that way, I'm really hard on myself about it. And listen, we're so new to this, and we're new to like putting ourselves on the internet, and we're new to being so vulnerable and being so like available as well. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I think the Discord has been one of the best things that's ever happened to us. But I like you said, I'm just a human, and sometimes I'm really struggling, and I think I don't really know where I'm going with this.
It's okay.
And I'm sorry. We didn't mean for it to turn into this, but
we actually said we
weren't going to talk about
it
because not everyone is involved in the Discord. Not everyone sees what's going on, but I think it's important to be honest with you and to let you know what's going on. And it's been hard. It's been really hard.
I think especially for Margaret, it's been hard.
Yeah, because by nature of who we are, and by nature of you maybe not being the most technological person.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, right. I think a lot of it does fall on me right now.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't going to be a problem when we get mods. And
because then you'll have, tech support from someone who's not.
Hell yeah. 300 years old.
Completely technologically illiterate like me.
Yeah.
I'm like, Margaret, can I help? And she's like, no. Of course you can't. 'Cause you don't know what you're doing.
So, yeah. And I don't want anyone to think this is me saying, oh, the Discord has changed my life. It has been an amazing experience, and the only reason I'm getting so emotional about it is because it's people's safe space, and when I feel like that is being compromised, it takes an emotional toll on me.
Yeah,
and it's always going to be like that, I think.
Yeah.
So, join our Discord.
Should we move on?
Should we move on?
Should we move on to something else?
Yeah, well,
anything else.
Now that that's out of the way. Sorry, everyone. How are you doing? Let's check in. You all right? So, we so loud, Jack. Oh my god!
I was far away from the mic. I wasn't next to the mic.
Oh, I heard it echo. Oh my god!
I was like over here.
Oh. Watch everyone die like a supersonic blast. They're dead. So, we have a session recap. We've played D&D since.
We played D&D.
So, if you listen to last Monday's episode, you'll hear that we didn't have our brain cell.
Yeah, we didn't have Josh. We didn't have the party brain cell.
We got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle.
Yes, we did. Well, you did.
We did. Me and Abby specifically. But we wormed our way out of that.
Yeah.
Potential foursome. Taking no more questions at this current time. And we went into the swamp. We saw a black dragon. We saw someone who was pertinent to Matthew's backstory called Igvilf, also known as Tasha.
Yeah.
From Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and Faerun. And we ended the session with us going in and Igvilf looking at Matthew at Hamata and being like, hey, good to see you again, bestie. So
that's not exactly what she said.
That's pretty much that's what I'm gathering from it.
She did say it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again, bestie.
She didn't call him bestie.
So we started last session in her house.
Yeah.
Obviously confused. Abby was down.
Yeah,
she
Abby was
out.
unconscious.
Well, Priestess was down and out. Abby unconscious at the table.
On the table.
So basically we had a big old chat with Igvilf.
Yeah.
Turns out she's an ally. Turns out she was under control of like what we assume to be like the big bads kind of posse. I'm sticking with it.
The crew.
The big bad's posse. I like posse.
You like the posse.
Big bad's posse.
The big bad posse.
And we basically that black dragon out there had been turned by Angerboda, one of the big bad in the posse.
Yeah.
And it was previously Igvil's friend. His name is Ezran.
Yeah, his name is Ezran.
That's 2 Dragon Prince references in the campaign so far. Rayla being one, Ezran being another one. And she was basically like, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
Help me. And we were like, okay, yeah, all right, we'll help you. So
there was a lot of giant lore.
There was a lot of giant lore, which was amazing to learn. She gave us these absolutely badass tattoos, which was only going to give us a +1 to any stat. But then we realized that no one had.
No.
We realized that me and Josh.
So Matthew and Abby were both like, "Oh, this is amazing! I'll bump this score." And
me and Josh were like,
and Josh and Margaret were sat there like,
we don't have anything to really put it into.
We don't have any equals.
We don't have any.
We only have equals.
Yeah. So we don't have any odd numbers. So Jack very, very graciously gave us a +2.
So I said you can have a +2 to a stat or 2 +1.
Yeah. And I put my +2 into my con.
Yeah.
So I finally got a decent health pool.
Yeah, now you went from the lowest health to the second highest health.
Prepare yourselves. I'm on 69 health, baby.
Oh, yeah, you are,
yeah,
baby.
I am.
69
hit
points.
I'm on 69 hit points.
69.
I am definitely not the highest in the group, but I'm now middling,
you
I would say.
Just off the highest in the group. Matthew's got 71.
Oh, I didn't realize I was just off highest.
Yeah, Matthew's got 71.
Oh, well then. I'm just off highest, which is great because I'm the tank.
Yeah.
And we got them. So then we went and we had to basically get this thorn out of a dragon's armpit, which, let me tell you,
it wasn't just a thorn.
It was like
no,
it wasn't just a thorn.
It was like a cursed object that had been stabbed into the dragon.
Yeah, and that was controlling the dragon.
Yeah.
So, adult black dragon, by the way.
Yeah.
So
particularly dangerous. Layer actions.
The
legendary
lot.
resistances, legendary actions,
all of it. And I think this was the first fight where our actual aim was not to kill the creature.
Mm-hmm.
It was to simply get the thing out of arm.
Dispel the runes on the thorn.
Yeah, exactly.
To then be able to pull it out.
Exactly.
Or be able to just be strong enough to brute force it.
Yeah.
out.
So Igvilf came with us because Ezran's supposed to be our best mate, but obviously he's currently under control to do one thing and one thing only, which is kill Igvilf. Because she betrayed Angerboda.
And how did she betray Angerboda?
Because she was also controlled by the same runes that were controlling Ezran, the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And she had burnt them off, so she was no longer...
And what did she do after she burnt them off?
She ran away with Hermeta,
mm-hmm.
who she was experimenting on for Angerboda, and just dropped him off somewhere.
Yeah, she basically... There was like momentary flashes where the magic had just waned enough, where maybe Angerboda was doing something else, and then the concentration maybe dropped for a second or anything like that. And she took that moment to burn the runes off her face.
Mm-hmm.
She saw that what she was doing to Hermeta. She took him out the swamp, dumped him there, and came back. And then by the time she'd come back, the dragon had been turned, and she'd cursed the swamp.
Mm-hmm. And the whole swamp was cursed, by the way.
Yeah.
Big old cursed swampy swamp.
Yeah, big cursed swamp.
So we basically come up with a plan to get this thing out. The magic users were going to cast a spell magic, and then me and Hermeta were going to try and pull this thorn out.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize... We were like, okay, to stop the dragon flying away, we're going to cast Wall of Force on the entrance, what Igvilf specifically was, so he couldn't fly away. What we didn't... anything being cast stirred him from his little slumber. So thankfully we managed to get in position just as she cast it.
There was some pass without a trace.
Yes.
And there was some very, very, very close stealth checks and dexterity checks to make sure that you didn't fall in.
There was a detect thoughts too.
Yeah, to make sure that you knew where he was, and you got close.
Yep.
And then just as Igwolf released the Wall of Force, and obviously verbal components of the spell, the dragon began to stir.
Yeah, and we just had to rush in and do it. And you know what? It was tough. I really like fights where it isn't just kill the thing and get on with it. I like it when then there is like a different objective.
I think most of our fights have that.
Yeah. There's always definitely a secondary objective. But the main objective was to get this thing out. And listen, there was a lot that happened. There was a lot of good things, a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
But
like the dragon rolled a natural 20 for initiative.
Yeah, the dragon did roll a natural 20 for initiative.
Went first.
Yeah, and there was a lot
Blasted everyone with his acid breath.
Yeah, there was a lot of acid everywhere.
Yeah.
And Igfilf actually ended up going down and was on 2 failed death saves.
Yeah, Josh went down.
Yeah, Josh went down. My brain holds 0 thought at the minute right now, so I can't fully recall what happened. But we got it out.
Yeah, Abby pulled it out because she got polymorphed into a giant ape.
She got polymorphed into a giant ape. Turns out monkeys are Abby's favourite animal, so she was absolutely buzzing with this.
Josh cast twin spell polymorph.
Yes, he did, because they were both looking real bad.
Yeah, they were both looking pretty terrible.
And she got a natural 20, pulling it out.
Yeah,
and it was the final one.
Needed to get 5 successes in a row.
Yep. So it was great. And we pulled it out. Ezrin's back on side. And that's pretty much where we finished off, really.
Yeah, now you're heading off to Jotunheim.
Yeah, we're heading off to the mountains
to
of Jotunheim.
finish what Matthew was set out to do.
Exactly.
Which was, he was getting augmented, so he was well enough to go and get the spark.
Exactly.
From Jotunheim.
Yeah. Once again,
we won't bore you with the giant lore.
If this is the first you're hearing about all of this, I'm sorry, you're probably very lost.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a great session. We had a big old, technically a fight with a big black dragon.
It was a fight. It was a fight. We had to roll initiative, and it went like 3 or 4 rounds.
And we leveled up.
And you leveled up.
So I get my barbarian subclass now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And there's a couple of different options. I won't go into it too much now because I haven't fully decided, but it's between the revised Berserker in 1 D&D.
Obviously, I'm going to go through it in the next podcast. But a bunch of Unearthed Arcana has been released for weapons, barbarian, fighter, warlock, wizard, sorcerer, and they've redone the Berserker barbarian.
Yeah. So my first character I ever played was a Berserker barbarian, and it was very punishing, and I swore I would never play it again.
But they've got rid of the exhaustion.
There's a lot of changes that we'll go over in next episode, and it's between the revised Berserker, it's between the Zealot, and it's between the Totem Barbarian. So I'll keep you updated.
And she needs to figure this out by tomorrow.
By tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
I think you know what you're going to pick.
I think I do.
Yeah.
But I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know what I do. So that was the session update. And
Keep
my
that short and
goodness,
sweet.
after all of that, should we get into today's main topic?
Let's go, baby.
Which is unpopular D&D opinions.
Yeah, it is.
It's been a little while since we've done one of these. And my goodness, do we have some. You know what? Jack actually put together the script for this episode, which...
So when it's the shittest podcast so far, you can all blame me.
No. I think you've done a great job. I haven't actually vetted a lot of these, so we're just going to have to go as we go. But I think from what you was telling me last night, it sounds like you've picked some really, really good ones. So
I think they're pretty good. And I like unpopular opinions because I think sometimes there's a lot of things that people just say in the community because they've heard it so many times and they just say it.
Yeah.
Instead of actually knowing why people are saying it. So I think a lot of them come out in this.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens in every community, right? Like there's things that are like, I think unwritten rule type situation.
Yeah, or just like a popular opinion, but people just end up saying it because they heard somebody else say it instead of actually understanding why.
Yes. So we want to preface saying if you agree with any of these opinions, if you disagree with any of these opinions, that is completely fine. Everyone's table is totally different. Some things that might not work for us might work for you, vice versa. So as long as you're respectful, that's all that we care about.
That's all we care about, baby.
Absolutely rip a new one into all of these.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. But yeah, these are completely our own opinions. And it's these opinions too.
Yeah.
So the first one, shall we get into it?
Go for it.
So opinion number 1 is I feel like martials and spellcasters are properly balanced. So I just want to preface that I mean solely in terms of numbers and power, they are balanced. And I want to say that when they're speaking about balanced in this term, they're saying that they are equal. They are the same.
Yeah. They think they are of a similar power level.
Yes. I think martials are sometimes uninspiring, but I don't think there is a power gap in most tiers of play. I've seen more than enough posts about buffing martials or nerfing spellcasters, and most of them either make spellcasters just lame or drive martials over the edge. I think martials are fine because they excel in single target damage and have great defense options. Spellcasters are squishy, but have access to a limited amount of CC and AoE damage. I think a lot of people just think of the situation ideal fireball, but if I find the DM is properly planning out encounters, it's rare for it to happen, considering cover and spacing. I do want to say I think martials do lack the variety to exert this power, with sometimes their action choices do not always fulfill the desired fantasy. Just want to know if anyone agrees or if I'm the only sailor on this boat. I am so sorry.
You are.
I feel like you are the
definitely
captain, the crew.
Everyone.
You are the people who mop the floor and you're the person who drives the ship.
You're the barrel monkey. You're everything.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, but
they aren't balanced.
No, they're not balanced.
Do you want to know what? In the first tier of play, I think they're quite close.
I think yes, because
Yeah, but the thing is, after like level 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Like at the end game. Let me give you 2 examples.
Go on.
I'll give you 2 examples.
Go on.
So, if you're a spellcaster and you have the contingency spell mixed with polymorph.
Oh yeah.
Let me just.
Oh man.
Okay, you drop below 20 HP or something like that.
Yeah.
Your contingency that you cast at the beginning of the day triggers.
You immediately
cast polymorph on yourself, and now you're a T-Rex.
Yeah. With hundreds of
hit points, multiple attacks, massive constitution, massive strength, and you think that's equal at the same level that somebody has 2 attacks as a fighter?
3 attacks maybe.
Let me just put another one out there.
Here he goes. He's already fired up.
I picked this one. The first one last night. This was the first one I read last night, and I was like,
it's going in.
Oh my God, I can't believe this has been said. Simulacrum.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that.
The most broken spell. Yes, it takes a long time to cast, but if you know you've got a BBEG fight, you can literally clone yourself.
Oh, okay.
You can clone yourself.
I do know the spell. Right.
The clone acts on its own.
Yeah.
So there's basically 2 of you in combat.
Yeah.
They have all the spell slots you have.
Yeah.
So they have the 7th, 8th, 9th level spells that you have.
Yeah.
And the fighter has 3 attacks.
3 attacks. With, a weapon.
You're telling me that they're balanced.
Yeah. I feel like this, and again, you know how I was like, let's be respectful. Here we are like, wah!
They're just not, though. It's like at the beginning of the thing is, this person's either never played to high level.
Yes.
Or they're just delusional.
Yeah, or they play in a game where, I don't know, because they give the example of, I've seen posts about buffing marshals on nerfing spellcasters.
Nerfing spellcasters isn't the buffing marshals, but the thing is, right? I looked at those 1 D&D changes yesterday, and they've buffed barbarian.
Yeah.
They've buffed fighter.
Yeah.
It's still not enough.
No, it will never be enough because doing thing with fist never going to be good as
bonking someone with hammer.
Yeah,
is not as good as
conjuring spirits of undeath. You know what I mean?
Cloning myself and having 2 of me on the battlefield that can do twice as many spells.
Yeah,
twice as many spell slots.
Yeah,
but listen, fighters get action surge.
If you're a rogue and you don't take a feat to enable you to do multi-attack, you have 1 attack.
You have 1 attack.
How there's no way that they're even on the same spectrum.
No, they're not. They're just not. Like, how can you like power word stun, power word pain, power word kill,
disintegrate,
wish, disintegrate. Yeah. Like, how can you put any of these things in?
True polymorph.
True polymorph. You can turn somebody into a chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll never turn back. Yeah. As long as your concentration doesn't break. How is that the same as hitting somebody 3 times with a sword?
It's definitely not.
And look, I love playing martial classes.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer to play martial classes.
Yeah, me too.
And the whole martials are uninspired. That's only down to the person that's playing
Totally. Them. Yeah, totally. I feel like maybe this simply comes from a place of inexperience.
Potentially.
Like, I don't believe any of these, unless they're obviously toxic, don't come from a place of malice.
Yeah, the thing is with this, though, it's when they say, I've experienced all levels of play, I'm just like, I just can't believe it, because you're still saying that the balance...
Is that what they said?
I think so.
Did they say that? I've experienced all levels of play. Surely not.
Am I just lying? Am I lying? It could be a liar. It could be a liar.
I think they've said that they've seen a lot of posts.
Oh, then maybe not then. No.
Yeah, I don't think they say that.
No, then I'm a liar.
I think it could potentially come from a place of inexperience.
I think it's come from a place of inexperience.
Yeah, but no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like you potentially are on that ship alone.
Like,
good luck.
Like, even things like counterspell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a combat-changing reaction spell.
Yeah,
that's
and
3rd level.
You know, I understand the examples they're giving here, saying like spellcasters are squishy, but because they're squishy, they can do bigger things in AoE and CC, and then, you know, marshals are really strong and they can withstand hits, but they do less. And I understand there has to be an element of balance, but this isn't like an MMO. This isn't like it doesn't work like that, because it's real people sat potentially around the table.
Yeah, it's like the thing is though, it's like there's also the argument is I agree the problem is if you have somebody who understands how to optimize a spellcaster. Oh. If you have somebody who knows how to optimize a spellcaster, and you have somebody who knows how to optimize a marshal, you put them against each other, the spellcaster wins
every time,
10 times out of 10.
100%.
Because it's impossible to get to the power levels of optimizing a spellcaster as optimizing a melee.
Yeah, and
if you have somebody who has no clue what they're doing, then they might be the same.
Yeah, and you know, spellcasters, they have even simple things like Bless and Bane.
Bless is such a fucking unreal spell.
So is Bane.
Bane is a great spell.
The minus D4.
I don't think it's as I always think doing something better for yourself is better than making the enemy bad.
Yeah.
Personally.
And you know, there especially high levels that I don't think there's any competition, which is such a shame.
Yeah.
And you know, again, as this person said, there's ways to buff the melee.
Yeah,
I don't think nerfing the spellcasters is fair.
No.
Man, literally in the last Monday's episode, the one of Horrible House Rules, where so much of it was just hating on spellcasters because they're so powerful. They are.
But the thing is, instead of like nerfing your spellcaster, just give your melee extra bits.
Yeah, just give them
extra
give melee a little bit more.
Give them like extra damage dice here and there. Give them like extra magical items and stuff like that. Because you can they might not perfectly be in line, but you can definitely make it feel better.
Totally.
You can definitely make it feel better.
And hey, not everyone is bothered about doing the maximum amount of things. Some people are happy just doing
existing and playing D&D.
Totally. So I think it's a really personal thing, but
I think
if you're looking at it subjectively, objectively, I think, you know, there is a clear divide. And I feel like
I think there is a clear divide, and I do think it comes into play when it's somebody who knows what they're doing gets a hold of a high-level spellcaster.
Even if someone knows what they're doing with a martial class, still you're not going to catch up.
No.
So yeah, sorry, I think that is unpopular.
Your opinion is unfortunately unpopular.
I'm sorry, it's not invalid, but it
and you know,
unpopular.
it can be balanced out, but it's going to take a fucking lot.
And hey, based on what you've seen, maybe you've only seen things that point you in that direction.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay, so number 2. Are we writing some little numbers down?
Number 2.
So, number 2, this is just titled, What's Your Unpopular Opinion About a Popular Magic Item? And I'll go first.
This is what the post says. I'll go first.
Adamantine armor. So, as just to give to people who don't know what adamantine armor is, it's basically armor you put on and you cannot get crit with it.
Yeah, if the DM lands a crit on you, it just counts as a normal hit.
Yeah, they can't roll a natural 20 against you and do the double damage that comes with a crit.
You can't be critted.
Yeah. So as useful and as cool as it can be to use, it slightly ruins the fun of cheering for the natural 20 at the table. I'm saying this both as the DM and as a player, since I like to have my players react to being so scared as a DM when I roll a natural 20, and at the same time as a player, I enjoy being the scared one. Just my lighthearted opinion I ended up thinking about after letting a player of mine have the armor. It does not really bug me so much, but it made me think about other people's opinions. Also, my player loves the armor and has a lot of fun negating the crits, and as long as my players are happy, I'm dang happy as well. Peace.
Fair.
I like that. I like the vibes there. You passed the vibe check.
You passed the vibe check.
You passed the vibe check.
So what do you think about this? Because the thing is, right, when I roll a natural 20 as a DM,
we lament.
Like,
we lament.
I do not celebrate.
No, no.
And personally,
If you
personally, like you do whatever you want, but if I celebrate a natural 20, I feel fucking bad, you know. Because I'm like, Abby, I'm just gonna.
You're
I'm
dead.
Two attacks on you. That's a natural 20, and I'm like, fucking get in.
Yeah,
fuck you, Abby.
Yeah,
I can't wait to fucking knock your character out, but have you potentially die. Like, I calmly state a natural 20.
Yeah, I feel like you say it with regret as well. You're like,
no, like, you know, it's just part of the game, and you all get to crit me. So,
yeah, of course,
you know, it's only fair that I get to crit you. But at the same time, like, when you, like, I celebrate all of.
Sorry, there was a little bit of fluff, and I thought it was a bug.
That was electricity.
Sorry.
When any of you get a natural 20, I celebrate it.
You do.
Because that's what, you know, like, to me, and this all comes down to, I think, how you want the game to go. But for me, I put the story there, we turn up, for you guys to get to the end of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be an easy ride. I'm going to put a lot of complications on the way and a lot of things to, like, get past and get through. But at the end of the day, I want you to beat my campaign to finish it.
Yes, of course.
And
yes, of
if
course.
I'm sat there going, haha, I got a natural 20 on you, don't know, for me, just feels bad.
See, now, I completely agree. I don't get that. That's the vibe coming from this poster.
That isn't the vibe.
Yeah, but I'm totally with you. That feels like that gets into the realm of DM against player and playing to win and it feeling bad. So, I think if your DM is celebrating, there's a different way to do it though. There's a jokey way to do it. And I think if you did it in a jokey way, we'd understand.
The thing that I agree with here is when I roll a natural 20, I do like my players to go,
yeah, you like there to be an element of
shit's on the line.
Totally. And there's always a turning point in a fight, right?
And you know, like when a natural 20 happens in a fight, it can like turn that round and turn the tide of battle.
Yeah.
So I do agree that, you know, I think that negating the crits makes them have less on the line.
I agree. I'm with you. So you said, like, what's your opinion on this? I agree. I don't think I wouldn't want adamantine armor, but again, I feel like this is a really personal thing.
Yeah.
Some people don't like to put their characters at risk like that, and I get that. But some people, you know, live for the drama.
Yeah.
Some people absolutely live for it. Now, I wouldn't want adamantine armor. However, this is a good example of, in last campaign, it was just 3 players. It was me, Matthew, and Josh. Josh was the only melee. He got crit so many times.
He's the one, you know.
So many times.
He was in there the most. It was like it was your summons or him that was getting attacked.
Yes. So naturally, he got hit more, right?
Which means he got crit.
And it got so bad at a point because there was no one else to soak up the damage, which is, you know, kind of, I was going to say similar to what I am now because I'm the tank, but I would say I've barely been crit. I feel like it has been Abby who gets crit the absolute most.
I haven't had a crit in a while.
You haven't actually.
Oh no, I actually.
Oh no, you crit on Igvilf twice in a row.
I crit on Igvilf twice in a row.
Yeah, but Igvilf was the
was an
NPC. But anywho, and we did crunchy crits as well. So it was wild. And if you don't know what crunchy crits are, it's basically you take the max damage rolled on the dice.
So you don't even roll the dice.
Yeah,
so
and you double it.
Let's just say it's, you know, like Margaret, let's just say it's a claw attack from Margaret. So it's 2d6 plus 4 or 5? 5.
Plus 5.
So it's...
Or 7 when I'm raging.
7 when you're raging. So that's immediately 12 plus 7.
Yeah.
So that's 19. And then you get
it.
to roll another 2d6.
Yeah, which is...
And then we re-roll 1s and 2s.
Yeah. So it was a lot. And poor Josh, he was getting crit so much. You gave him a belt that he could put on.
The belt of second chances.
And once a day, he could negate a crit if he wanted to.
And it buffed his constitution score by 1.
Exactly. And I feel like that's a really good in-between.
Yeah.
I feel like, I think something like this, like adamantine armor, right? It depends on the player.
Yeah.
I think.
But it also depends on, the thing is, like, when we did crunchy crits, that was when I first started DMing. And I realized as I started DMing, I like to DM with like quite hard combats. So when you have really hard combats and then do crunchy crits, it's like almost impossible to survive a crit.
Yeah.
So it was basically make the combat slightly easier.
And that went for both
crits,
ways as well.
Or don't do the crunchy crits and keep the combats hard. And that's what I chose to do.
Which I think has worked out for the best.
The crunchy crits are too hard, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think, especially for our group, that definitely works the best. So yeah, I agree personally.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of people not agreeing.
What
do you think?
I like when I roll a crit, you are like, oh.
Yeah, I
Do you know
like
what I mean?
that
Because
as well.
it's the same for me because I like it when there's a close combat.
Yeah.
And if every time I rolled a crit, it was just negated by adamantine armor, especially if it was the
naturally,
tank.
yeah.
Like, I'd just be like, because sometimes it hots up around, oh shit, now we need to change everything because this person's gone down because there's been a crit.
I like the turning point in a combat where it's either, right, we are smashing this, or, oh my god, we're going to die.
Oh, we're going to die.
I like
agree.
those turning points.
I agree.
Yeah, so I don't think that's an unpopular opinion at all.
Especially on that item. I don't think I would ever put that in my game.
Yeah, I agree. And I can see why people would want it.
Yeah.
I can see why people wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I don't think that's unpopular at all.
I don't think that's unpopular.
And I really like your vibe. I like the way you said that.
I like your vibe.
I like your vibe.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. Join the Discord. Okay, so on to number 03. Number 03. I'm going to absolutely lose track after this. So.
Yeah, well, no. Do you want me to be putting down the number?
No. Yeah, sure. You don't have to. Again,
number 1.
It's going to get to the point where we just say random number, hope for best. To be honest.
It says number now.
So, number 03. Backstories are overrated. Unpopular opinion. I believe that the story should revolve around the whole party. For me, D&D is about interaction with the world. Sorry, listen, I ate a sausage butty before we started filming, so I'm a little bit gassy, all right?
Sausage butty? You've never called it a sausage butty in your life?
A sausage bun.
Sausage sandwich.
Sausage Sammy. I had a sausage Sammy before.
Had a sausage sandwich.
So, interaction with the world, with NPCs, and with other players. But when the whole table goes to deal with a big bad in the dark castle from someone's deep, rich backstory, it can very easily happen that most of the players have no idea why the bad guy is bad. As a result, 70% of the players are not involved in the story. And even if everyone starts asking the player what the bad guy did, the victim player may simply not want to explain to the rest the reason for the vendetta, justifying himself with brutal acting out or other tricks. I feel like OP is speaking from unfortunately an experience here.
And a bad experience here.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe this is true. Move your mic a little closer to yourself.
Here we go. I'm craning my neck really weird.
Oh no, move this a bit further around.
The pop shield's in a weird position today.
I did the bad setup, guys.
No.
It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
My fault.
It's me for having a weird shaped body. And I'm not saying that you need to create dummies without a background. Just a background should contain 3 to 5 sentences. Touch a little about personality, origins, motives for becoming an adventurer, and goals in life. It's just that the story should take place in the present and not somewhere in the past. If the situation develops in such a way that it would not be bad to tie up the events of the story to one of the players to make them more personal, then this is easy to do at the pace of the story. And I will separately note plot armor. If you rest the lion's part of the campaign on a beautiful and well-developed backstory of one player, make this player the leader of the group, the guy from the prophecies and the like. Then if this guy dies, then the GM will have to crumple up and throw out a well-developed story arc, or complete the entire arc because the Messiah is dead and doesn't want to throw away his work. This player can no longer die from rats or random robbers. He becomes immortal, liberated. I think that the main thing should remain as a party. Sorry, sorry, I haven't formatted this in the way that I'm used to reading it. And the story should be about the party, not about the PC group with interesting backstories.
So, got a little rambly, but what was the unpopular opinion?
The unpopular opinion is that backstories are overrated, which
is wrong.
It's not wrong, but yeah. I would actually go as far to argue and say that potentially the whole point.
The thing is, this person's just had a bad experience and they're taking it out.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that I want to pull out though.
Yeah.
Okay, so each person, 2 things. Each person in the party can at separate times have the limelight.
Yeah, of course.
But all together have a goal. Like in my campaign, each of you has a story.
Yeah.
Each of you we've touched on. Is it 1 session? Is it 2 sessions? Is it 5 sessions? Is it a couple of sessions here, a couple of sessions later?
Yeah.
Like, Abby's has been very disjointed.
It's been like kind of bubbling throughout the whole thing.
Josh's was very much over and done in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Yours hasn't even begun yet.
Yeah.
But we're all still following the main plotline of my campaign, and we're all doing things as a party.
Yeah, and we're all very invested, if not more so invested, in what we know are people's dedicated plot arcs.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe that's because we're, a group of friends who we respect each other and we get excited for each other when their character and therefore the player is experiencing like backstory moments. I think that, I think that maybe differs from table to table. Like, I do understand what OP is saying.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they have had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Where obviously the DM has maybe preferred.
Maybe.
No.
The DM is maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Maybe, prioritized one person's backstory.
Like, this is it. If one person's getting all the limelight,
that's
and
a problem.
Unkillable because I can't have you die because the plot depends so heavily on you.
Yeah.
Then that is a problem.
Yeah, it is very much so. And
saying backstories are overrated isn't
no,
fair,
that isn't
backstories
it.
can be done very well, and everyone can get a slice of the pie.
Yeah, totally.
And everyone's can shine.
Yeah, and backstories enrich a story. They enrich the overall plot.
Yeah.
And again, I understand DMs do things differently.
Yeah, this is the thing. But the other thing is, do you want to know what? I actually agree with the part of this.
Go on.
To me, a backstory should only really be a handful of lines.
Cut to all of us. Like, my backstories are way more than just three
maybe
or
not
four
just
lines,
a couple
Jack.
of lines. Maybe not just a couple of lines, but it shouldn't be pages long. Personally, it shouldn't be a story that's done. It should be the beginning of a story.
Yeah, I agree.
It should be the opening chapters of a book.
Totally. Now, I don't think the length.
The length doesn't matter.
You can still tell a prologue and it still be, a million
pages long.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the length is maybe the issue.
I mean, it is though, because your DM's got to fucking read it.
Oh yes, of course.
And your DM's got a lot to do, so maybe don't overwhelm them with pages and pages and pages and pages of backstory.
Yes, of course.
And I've been guilty myself of potentially writing backstories that are slightly too long.
Yeah, I have as well. I've written backstories that are too long, definitely.
Like, as a DM, I think I work better with you come to me, I've got this idea, and it's just like the short, quick, sweet idea. I'm like, amazing. Now tell me some of the themes that you want to experience throughout the campaign.
Yeah.
Then I get an idea of where your story begins and where you want it to go.
Yeah, I think that, though, that comes from a place of experience, of having a table that you understand as well. Yeah. Like, you have to think, apart from Abby, who started playing with us, bloody hell, like 6 months ago now.
Abby's backstory, not even a page.
Well, my backstory wasn't even really a page. I don't think anyone's really was, but again, I think to say it shouldn't be pages long might potentially be unfair to people, because you can write a prologue. Because the thing is,
if you can write a prologue in a couple of pages, then fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's amazing. I don't think I could do that.
I could do that.
I think I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah,
because when I've written pages, I've done the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah, I think it's more so start with the beginning.
Yeah, come to your DM with the beginning of an adventure.
Exactly. And I also understand that your character has a history. Your character has lived a life.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to write out my life backstory, I have a whole life backstory apart from an adventure that I'm going to go on. Do you know what I mean? So I think there is a difference between.
I think you're right. I think there's a difference
between that.
But I think the thing that I was really trying to say is, don't give your DM
the finished article. Totally. And again, I think we come from a place of privilege. As I was saying before, we've now played with each other, and Matthew.
Yeah, for quite a few years.
For a few years now. So we know how each other work.
Yeah.
We know how you DM as well. So we know exactly how much to give you, I think.
Yeah.
And we know the format in which we all like to do it. A new player or someone going into a game that they've never played with someone before won't know that.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy for us to be like, you should only give the beginning because.
But I think that's good because the thing is, if you turn up with a completed backstory,
where do you go from there?
Where do you go?
Yeah, it's that thing where it's like, oh yeah, I've slain gods, and it's like,
I'm a god slayer. It's like,
where do you go from?
You're level 1, baby.
You know what? It's exactly like this person said here, and if one person is the plot armor, let's say, then they do become untouchable.
Yeah.
They do become the immortal messiah.
You can't die to rats.
Which can't die to rats.
Hey, you can definitely die to rats.
You can die to Mitch rat.
And Jack rat.
That's a warning. We have your blood.
And
we have your signature.
Nibble your toes.
Bite your ankles. To die by rats.
No, to die by rats.
To die by rats.
Swarm of rats, me, please.
But yeah.
One swarm of rats coming
right up, baby.
But yeah. So yeah, maybe not a few sentences, but don't write the full story.
Yeah, totally.
Backstories are not overrated.
You've
just had
way.
a bad experience.
Totally.
And everyone should get the limelight.
Everyone deserves to have...
At some point.
Exactly.
Everyone gets the limelight.
I agree. And you know what? Either everyone gets the limelight or no one gets the limelight.
Yeah.
You either focus entirely on your story as DM.
I agree with this if it's a short module or
totally
one shot.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I mean? Or like a precise adventure. Because there isn't any time to be stuff in that. And if you come to your DM with a fucking backstory for a one shot, it's not going to get covered.
Yeah.
Because they don't have time.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think you need to also understand that sometimes if your DM says, give me your backstory and it'll get included, then go ahead.
Yeah.
But if they don't say that, clarify before you go and make, because you'll only get disappointed is the thing. And if you write one and it doesn't get covered.
And I don't really like the attitude of like the whole BBEG rests on one person, one player, and then the player might not even want to tell you. It's like, I think potentially you've been hurt and you've been scarred, and I'm sorry, OP. And also, I would hate to be in that situation.
As a player, just this isn't advice, but we're getting into the realms of advice here.
Yeah.
If you've got a backstory, you can tell it.
Oh, don't hold it to yourself. Don't keep it to yourself.
You can keep it for a bit until you get a little comfortable.
Yeah.
And don't come in session 1 and be like, this is my backstory.
My name's Mitch Ratton.
If people are asking questions, give some bits away. You don't have to give it all, but like show that you're willing to like collaborate.
Agreed. And you know what? I also feel like this is the DM's fault in this person's
I agree.
situation. This is the DM's fault.
And this person's just really hurt by it.
Totally, and I can feel that. And hey, it is an unpopular opinion because backstories are not overrated.
Backstories slap.
And listen, some
backstory's
people...
been probably 75% of my campaign so far.
Well, yeah. And I think that's because you as a DM, you went out of your way to make sure that was the case. Imagine if you took one person's story and you made it all about that one person. We'd be devastated.
Everyone's was just sort of like a little bit intertwined mine. Which it was actually just really lucky.
It was the same with me when I DM'd you briefly. All of your stories somehow, like they all tied together.
It was either I was looking for the connections, or you just just done a good job of somehow like everyone's just sort of fit together somehow in some way.
I think again that comes from the fact that we're all friends and we all like the same flavor of D&D. Maybe I don't know. It was
very easy.
Good.
Like yours and Josh's and Abby's and Matthew's.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So no, that is an unpopular opinion.
Tis.
And hey,
tis an unpopular
if you
opinion.
don't like backstories and your game doesn't play on backstories, that's fine too.
Yeah,
you know
fine.
that backstories aren't for everyone.
If you don't want to write a backstory and you just want to go along for the adventure, that's also fine.
Yeah.
Like if you aren't bothered about not having the limelight, go for it.
Yeah. Okay, this
number
is
04.
number 4. Okay, and it's just titled Unpopular Opinion, but I don't think you should list flaws on a character sheet. Don't get me wrong, I believe characters absolutely need flaws. We can't just have a bunch of Mary Sues running around recreating The Last Jedi, but listing them down restricts creativity about flaws, along with character growth, and I just think it would be better to let people characterize their character outside of stuff on their sheets.
I couldn't agree with this anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, when we started, D&D, I picked my bonds, my ideals, my flaws,
me too.
and I put them on my sheet.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, I started role-playing with the group, and I realized that I wasn't playing into these flaws, ideals, and bonds that I put on my sheet that I picked from the book. So I was like, fuck, I'm playing my character wrong. No.
Totally, yeah.
I was playing my character right because that's how I
That's
wanted
how you
to play
wanted to.
my
And
character.
listen, we've said it so many times. You could have an idea of how your character's going to be, but they get into a group, they're going to change.
You turn up to session 1,
of
all changes.
Of course, naturally, based on, the people around you. That's, that's just being a human in life as well.
You just adapt to the party.
Of course
you become
do.
what the party needs.
And,
you fill that hole. Oh, they don't have maybe this character.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about
they
being
don't
that
have
character.
the dad.
I'm gonna lean into that a little bit more. It might be like a joke in one session that you get anointed as this thing, but then that becomes a part of your backstory because actually that was something you quite wanted to do.
Yeah, and I think holding yourself like rigidly to the idea of flaws, like perfect what did I just say? Did I say eggs? Perfect Oh no, example.
Yeah, it has eggs in it.
Execute. Anyway, perfect example of this was my first character, Beloved.
Yeah.
I wrote down the bonds, ideals, the flaws, and because I had never played this game before, I was like, criminal. She's a criminal.
She has to be a criminal.
She has to be a criminal, and she's in a gang, and because the flaws said this, and there was a few things I can't remember. One of the flaws was something like, I will always disagree with some. I don't know. And I played into that so heavily, and I fucking hated it.
I know, yeah.
I couldn't care less about gangs. Couldn't care less about that type of stuff. Couldn't care less. And I like my character to be able to integrate into a party normally.
Yeah, but that's something you like.
Yeah.
Like you like to. The first character you played was a like
bitch,
Lone Ranger sort of like dark brooding character.
Yeah.
When now that we've played D&D for a number of years now, I couldn't be any further from what you actually like to play.
Totally. And there's arguments to be made that Rayla can be brooding and she can be a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, but she's also like the one who likes to hug everyone.
Yeah.
And she's the one who likes to
she cries at the losses that her friends suffer.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
She's very empathetic to everyone's like feelings.
And I think Rayla's multifaceted, potentially because I haven't weighed her down with the idea of things like bonds and flaws.
Yeah.
And this is kind of going into advice, but if you're making a new character, if you're about to go into a game, do not feel like you have to have everything about your character figured out at the get-go.
The thing is, though, I think for people who never, like, they might have just written a story and not thought about any of these.
Yeah.
Seeing these things, flaws, bonds, and ideals, might be like, oh, shit. Like, they're great things to
I
think
can do
about.
this. Yes.
Like, I think I should think of some flaws for my character.
It's like the random rolling table thing, right?
Some ideals for my character.
Yeah,
some beliefs that my character would uphold.
Things that you would not think of yourself.
But I think when you write them down on the piece of paper and you're playing for
it's like you're locked and loaded.
When you're playing for the first time, you're like, well, these are the rules. I have to like abide by this.
Totally.
But I think that just having a few loose things at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then realizing what actually matters. Because the thing is, you might have something like, oh, I hate stealing, but then nobody in the party steals.
Yeah.
And then it never comes up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck.
I've wasted a flaw slot.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
or a bond idea, whatever.
So just having like a couple of loose ideas of like, maybe I don't like religion or something like that. Or maybe like, I hate fucking rich people or something like that. Something very broad that might come up, and just having a couple of them, and then when something comes up, lean into it, and then that can just become something for your character.
Yeah, totally. And I agree. I think people should do whatever they want and whatever they're comfortable with. But I agree. Yeah, I think don't rely on it so much, and don't like feel like boxed in.
Yeah. Oh, like it's the theory of like, I've picked it once and I've done it now, so that's it. Like,
yeah, don't feel boxed in. Your character can change.
Somebody mentioned
anytime.
it the other day, and I can't remember what it was called. It was something like the locked-in fallacy or something like that. You pick something, and then
it's like the time sync fallacy.
Because you picked it, you can't change it.
Yeah,
it's like,
no, that's
you
not
can,
the case.
You can fucking change anything you want about your character at any time.
Think about you as a human. You can
grow.
change anything you want about yourself.
Yeah.
If you work on it.
If something's exhausting and it's just not working,
just
change
don't do it.
Just change it.
Totally.
Make it a character moment.
I don't think this is an unpopular opinion.
I think it's a really good opinion. Actually.
Well, I don't know. It could potentially be unpopular.
I think it's probably a 50-50.
Yeah,
closer to a 60-40 that would agree.
Yeah, I think so too, actually. What do you think? Let us know.
Think?
Let us know what you think about all of these, by the way.
Did any of you pick when the first time you played? Did you pick
Did you pick flaws and stick to them?
Because I picked them and I tried to stick to them and I couldn't.
I feel like they just constrained me and it stressed me out when I didn't.
But I think that's because without knowing, we actually really liked role playing.
Totally.
And we didn't realize that was going to be something we really enjoyed at the beginning.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, this is number 4.
Number 5.
Number 5. This is number 5. So, it's already begun.
You nearly got it.
This is number 5.
You were really close. 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
So, unpopular opinion. Stop giving people grief over metagaming. One thing that is always... shut me to tears.
Shut me to tears.
Is when you have a DM that gets pissy when you know what a monster's weakness is and use it, and they're all like, stop metagaming.
Just wait.
Seriously, mate, get fucked. Oh, no.
Because, do you want to know what? When I read the beginning of this, I was like, fuck this person. Do you want to know what?
Go on.
Read on.
Okay.
Because they actually make some good points that I never thought about.
They did explicitly say, get fucked.
Get fucked with
seriously,
a T.
mate, get fucked. F-U-C-T. I'm an adventurer. I didn't just pop into existence at 25 years of age as a fighter, not knowing anything about monsters. I would have had friends and family especially warn me as a child to stay away from trolls. But if you do need to fight them, then use fire as it hurts them.
Not a bad point.
Not a bad... Hey, listen. I would probably have studied tomes on monsters and creatures, as you know. I'm about to, all in caps, I'm about to embark on a career which involves encountering many creatures which can kill me in a variety of horrific ways. So DMs that say this, seriously, stop it, yeah? Stop it, yeah.
Such combative energy.
This is so British. It's on you to change things up and add new powers or abilities if you think players aren't being challenged enough because they know what they are up against. PCs are trying to survive. That's the whole point of D&D. For me, anyway. And to have fun while doing it.
I really like your eye makeup.
Thank you.
Your eyeshadow.
Thank you so much. You like it?
It looks very shiny. It looks very nice.
Thank you. Oh, that's my oily skin. There's all matte, baby.
Let's go.
What do you think of my oils?
Looks good.
Thanks, Jack.
So this, right? I agree, but only with bits of it.
I feel like the way that this has been said is quite mean.
Yeah, so look.
I don't think this has been articulated.
So look, if this was in my campaign, this person was in my campaign, and they were like, oh, I know that trolls are weak to fire damage, or something like that. Let's just say the place you grew up had a troll problem.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say had a pet troll.
Had a troll problem.
Yeah.
Or like locally in the woods there was lots of trolls.
Yeah.
Fine.
Totally fine. I agree.
I get it. But the thing is, if you're a monster hunter, then fine. We can work in a mechanic where you roll something about a creature, and like the rarity of that creature decides whether you know something about it.
Yeah,
or not.
totally.
But the thing is, I already think that the Way of the Cobalt Soul Monk does that.
You can pick out 2 things you know.
Yeah, you can extract aspects about the creature and stuff like that. So like I'm fine with knowing stuff about some things, but you're gonna fight shit that you don't know every
never
monster.
Seen. No, yeah, totally.
So I think the difference is where do you draw the line?
Where do you draw the line
between what you know as a player and you know as a character?
Because could someone just make some shit up on the spot and you're like, how would your character know that? And they could just spitball something.
It's like, you can tell me there's some fucking... But have you ever heard of this creature? Have you ever seen this creature?
I feel like that's putting a lot of faith in your players, which you'd be able to do with any of us.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, if you literally come to the game and you're like, I'm a monster hunter, I'll be like, fine, let's fucking put something in there.
Implement something, yeah. And I think this post comes from being scorned.
Being stung.
Possibly.
But do you want to know what? I never thought about it like that.
I never thought about it like that either, to be honest.
I never thought about like if I've always grown up wanting to be an adventurer and I've gone out adventuring, I'm probably going to do some research.
Yeah, you're probably going to know those things. I actually think OP gave a great example there of, as kids we would have been told, which I get that.
Stay away from the trolls.
Now, that I think there's 2 different types of metagaming. You know my opinions on metagaming at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think metagaming is essential in high stress situations. I think being able to pause and have a conversation above board before people get upset and stressed out with each other.
I don't think that's metagaming.
I think a lot of people would class that as metagaming.
I think some DMs just say talking above table. We've talked about it so many times. I don't think talking above table and strategizing is metagaming.
No, I don't either.
I think the moment it becomes metagaming is when you use your out of game knowledge.
And you use it
to turn your in-game decisions.
And you use it in a selfish way. So there's two sides of this. The whole being able to justify why your character would know that.
Yes.
And then just seeing, it's a troll, I'm going to use fire on it. Yeah. And then just going, I use fireball on it. And not giving. Yeah. There's two ways of doing it. And it's in the delivery, I think.
And it's also...
Sorry, the curtain's not pulled. You continue.
It's also... if you, let's just say you are an adventurer and you did do some homework, let's implement that thing. And we come into a combat and you're like, DM, do I know this? Because you know as a player. And I say, well, let's make a roll. And you fail. Yeah. If you still then use your out of game knowledge,
isn't it? Yeah.
That's when it's metagaming. Yeah. Like if I've given you a chance and we've come to an agreement where you might know some stuff if you roll well enough. And then you still use it even though you didn't roll well enough because you know it as a person.
Yeah.
See, that's why
I completely agree. And I think there's the trope of the metagamer, right? Where it's like everyone's sat at the table. Maybe everyone's kind of new to the game apart from the metagamer. The metagamer sees the troll, interrupts the session to be like, it's a troll. Everyone make sure to use fire because trolls are weak to that. That is absolutely not okay.
No.
But I think genuinely the example that Mr. Anderson 71 gave here, even though it is obviously laced in frustration
and hatred,
I agree. I think if you can justify it,
but also, God, my throat is killing me.
Have a drink.
I have many.
Have another. I can fill the silence.
Oh, go for it. Oh, the tables have turned. I don't even want to come back. Let's keep going.
I redeemed myself. I can't
remember what I was saying. No.
Oh.
What was I saying?
I was saying I just kind of gave the trope of like the example you would think of a metagamer, and then you were gonna say something. I feel like we've covered it though.
Yeah, I feel like we've
covered it. Yeah.
No, the last thing I was going to say is don't, like, look, you're not running the session. You're not running the session. You're not sitting behind the DM screen. You're not the one that's got all the pressure on them. So don't sit there and tell DMs what to do and don't need to do. Because at the end of the day, if you're so bothered, be the DM, but don't tell DMs what to do.
And don't take the fun away from it. Being like, listen, guys, everyone use fire on this because it's weak to that. That's taking the fun away for everyone.
That's also putting a lot of pressure on the DM.
It is.
Do you want to know what? If the DM wanted in that moment, they could be like, nah, it's cold damage now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet you'd have a fucking problem with that as well.
Exactly.
If they changed it in the moment because you were using your out-of-game knowledge.
I hate it when people, like, to their DMs, because they think they have the knowledge. Listen, what DM runs a combat 100%? I mean...
There is some, yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of DMs will change things about monsters. You do. You change things about monsters all the time. Yeah. And you would look like such an idiot if you were like, oh, make sure to do this. And then you're sat there with the knowledge that that's not how that works. I don't know. I think it's the delivery.
Yeah.
It's the delivery.
And don't fucking tell DMs what to do because you're not a DM. Yeah. And if you want to be a fucking DM, go and do it.
Yeah, tell them.
It's just not fair, is it?
No, it's
just
not like, fair. It's not.
You turn up every week and your DM's got something planned for them and you make it even harder for them. Just fucking have a bit of respect.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, you're not sat behind the DM screen.
I agree, and it's hard. So yeah, it is.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Bloody hell.
It's so annoying.
No, he's annoyed.
It's so annoying.
I know for a fact.
It's so annoying. Because, these people are putting on a fucking game for you.
I
these
know,
people are turning up every week and putting on a game for you.
I know.
And it's like, the thing is, right?
Here he goes. Oh, no. We've activated him.
The thing is, right?
Everyone in this watch party, I know.
There's already a shortage of DMs.
Yes.
There's hundreds of thousands of millions of players.
Look at these hands going.
There's an unfucking fathomable amount of players. But there's not that many DMs, and it's people like you. It is though.
I know.
You're making it hard for people to want to DM. People are going to read that and be like, I'm not fucking DMing for that guy.
I know. Although we did agree with the example that this person gave.
It's the bit at the end.
I know. It's the delivery. It's the delivery of seriously stop it. Yeah.
What's the last bit?
PCs are trying to survive. That's the whole point of D&D for me, anyway.
The bit about the DM.
And to have, so DMs who say this, seriously stop it. Yeah, it's on you to change up things.
It's on you to change up things.
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Because you've memorized the monster manual.
Yeah, I know.
Why is that on the DM?
I know. Bloody hell! I think we should move on before you pop a blood vessel here. Oh my goodness gracious me!
Pisses me off.
Oh wow! Are you all right? Go on.
I'm gonna eat them all.
Oh, okay. I think it gets to you in particular because you are a DM.
Yeah, because I'm also in a community full of people who are like, oh, no, I don't want to DM because
I know,
the pressure.
I know, and I understand.
And it's like, of course, people don't want to DM
when this is on the internet.
There's people like you exist.
Oh, okay. So this is number 6. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 9 then. Okay, so this is nice and short. What are some of your D&D unpopular opinions? I'll go first. I think death saves are dumb, and you die when you get to negative HP. Short and sweet.
Like,
so
you hit 0 HP.
You die.
You're dead.
Listen. By nature, I'm biased. I disagree. Because, I like the idea of my character not dying.
Yeah.
But we know this about me.
It's like, I think death saves are there, really, for if shit goes wrong, there's a way to save it.
Yeah.
Without immediate punishment.
Totally. It's kind of like the last chance effort.
When there's a numbers game, sometimes they can just, for some reason, hit on the higher end. Like you can get it. The DM can get a couple of crits in a row. The DM can then roll max damage on the crit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Nobody expects that, but when that happens, death saves are there so you don't instantly die from a mistake.
Yeah, I think I think the idea that there's nothing. There's no fail safe, nothing.
You hit 0 and you're gone.
I don't really know. I think this is probably an unpopular opinion.
I think this is an unpopular opinion.
I know there's a lot of people who probably would play like this, who would just insta-kill, right? And I get that, but that's not...
If your DM is great at balance, and your DM knows... You would all have been dead long ago.
True. No, yeah,
in my campaign.
True.
Like,
but you're good at balancing.
If people are really good at balancing it, and your players play like very safe and play very tactically, then this could probably work. But at a normal person's table,
at
our table, you'd have been fucking all of you would have.
Oh, totally. That one brain cell.
You would have had numerous characters by now.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think I would love to know why this person thinks they're dumb. I would love to know. I would love to have a bit more context to that. To be honest.
What do you mean?
Just, I think death saves are dumb.
Why? What's dumb about them?
I want to know the actual reasoning why.
What part of game over immediately
is fun?
The thing is, though,
I understand that it would be fun for some people, but
I think none of you can have backstories.
Well, yeah.
Because what's the point?
fucking
point? Because you probably aren't gonna experience.
One of the core mechanics in the game is death saves and getting hit to 0 and then rolling death saves. Like that's always going to happen.
I think the drama of death saves.
Oh yeah, I love the drama. Almost secret death saves.
Oh god,
totally love the drama of it. Yeah.
I just get all excited.
Yeah, no, so do I.
As soon as somebody goes down, and I'm like, right, everyone look away. Margaret, roll the death save.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
it's scary, but it's a good scary. It's one of those scaries that keep you on the edge of your seat.
As soon as you go down, it's over.
Yeah.
Where's the drama?
Yeah.
I guess when you're low, that's when the drama comes in. I guess.
And then I guess it's like, are you easily revived? Could you be revived from that?
Oh God, I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
With like a revivify, resurrection, or do you know what I mean? Like.
You stuck up a lot of fucking diamonds.
Well, yeah. Could you come back from that?
Expensive campaign.
Yeah, I don't think. I feel like there's not much more to say about that.
No, not really.
To be
I
honest.
don't think so.
I think that probably is an unpopular opinion.
That's gotta be unpopular.
It wouldn't work for us. No way.
It's like in a video game. Like some video games do have like when you go down a way to like get yourself up before you die or something.
Yeah.
But some do just like I play Apex Legends. When you go down, you're like. You can be revived. You can be brought back up from 1 hit point.
Same in WoW, yeah.
Yeah, same in WoW. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Unpopular, I think. Okay, so the next one. This is kind of a long one, so bear with me. So this is Unpopular Opinion, maybe. No casters should know their entire spell list by default. So clerics, druids, artificers, etc. should not just have access to their entire spell list. So I can't.
I
feel like I absolutely
eating the mic.
I stumbled my way through that. Have you seen that video of that person who's shoveling snow and they're falling for like 9 seconds straight? That was me reading that out. It's mostly unnecessary from a player perspective, and it makes my job a lot harder as a DM. Plus, it's a balanced nightmare, and nothing significant would be lost thematically by doing away with it. Let me take these points one by one. So as a player, when you play these classes, how many of you are actually switching up which spells you prepare every day? Abby. Abby changes her spells a lot. I change my spells depending.
I think loads of people do. When I was a wizard, I love to change my spells.
When I was Willow,
I gave Josh is now a prepared spellcaster.
Yeah.
He thinks about the spells that he's going to take every day. I think a lot of people actually do.
I feel like a really common thing that people want from 1D&D as well is everyone is a prepared spellcaster.
Everyone is. Like, I think they're taking away, like...
Oh, they're actually taking away?
Yeah, warlocks can now pick the spells every day and stuff like that.
I think that's something that people really wanted, actually.
When Matthew was a sorcerer, I think I asked him, like, do you want to be able to prepare? Like, do you want to be able to, like, switch out one spell every day or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing sucks more, in my opinion, picking a spell and realizing it's shit.
It's useless for...
Like, the thing is, right, especially with, like, charm spells.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Because
you could not encounter someone, especially at low levels when you just have charm person. You could not encounter someone you need to charm for.
Yeah, and also a number of different people think of charm in a different way.
Charm is very, very subjective.
Charm's very subjective.
Yeah, it is.
And I remember Matthew thinks of charm differently than I think of charm. Like, me and him have always thought of charm differently.
I thought you thought of charm the same.
No. So I picked charm in his campaign and I used it, and it didn't work how I thought it was going to work.
Right.
And obviously as a warlock, I was like, I want to switch it out, but I couldn't.
I'm getting confused with someone else.
But I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't switch it out.
Yeah, which
just
sucks.
felt so bad.
So bad. Yeah, totally.
So yeah, like, people hate not being able to change the spells. Hate it.
I would.
So,
why do you think I fucking play a druid every single time?
When this person's like, who is it? And I'm pretty sure it goes.
It goes on
to say, I think you're in the minority.
Oh well,
I don't think you are.
Well, yeah, it does. If you're a person that does, you are in the tiny minority. That's not true.
I don't think you.
That's not true.
I don't think you're right.
The vast majority of players just pick their same go-tos every day. Yes, the theoretical benefit is that you can tailor your prepared spells to the adventure you're about to go on, but in practice, that's hardly ever what actually happens. See, I hate this. I hate one person taking their experience,
taking their opinion and being like, this is what everyone thinks.
And applying it to everyone. This is where you get into the realms of having a horrible, awful echo chamber of things. Like, we don't agree with a lot of these. We agree with a lot of them, but we always say, like, that doesn't work for us, but it might work for you. And I hate going, you're in the tiny minority, by the way. No, you're not.
No, you're not. And also, by the way, I understand that people have ride or die spells.
I do too.
When I was Jasper, the whole point was I was a tank.
Yeah.
So I was always going to have things like mirror image. When I got it, I was going to have fire shield. And, I was going to have all the things that made me hard to kill. But everything else was fair game for the day.
100%.
Was I in a city? Right, let's put our disguise self. Let's put
the charms
on. Yeah. Let's put those things on. We go on an adventure.
Yeah.
Water walk potentially if it's something like a swamp.
That's exactly the example I was going to give.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine, again, back to the prepared spellcasters. You don't want to pick, when you fucking level up, if you're not a prepared spellcaster, you aren't going to pick water walking. No, who the fuck wants to fucking pick water walking and have it for an entire level and not go to a swamp?
Totally. Like, they said it themselves. They were like, okay, the benefit is you could do it per adventure. That's exactly what I do. With Willow, I changed them out pretty much every day. I had my ride or dies, but I changed them out every day. Azraela, she's a bit different, but per adventure and per different area we go to, I switch my spells out.
And in
I know Abby does as well.
We go to a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
And we don't do huge traveling arcs. So it's like we'll switch from biome to biome to biome.
Yeah.
Quite frequently.
Yeah.
So that will make you change your spells most days.
And I feel like I do want to say though that having the ability to change your spells every day can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
That can be a lot, and bloody hell. The first time I played the druid, having to manage everything else that comes with the druid and the prepared spell casting was a lot.
But the thing is, having the option to do
having
so
the versatility
doesn't mean you have to.
Exactly.
So like you could have be a prepared spellcaster,
Yeah.
but just pick your ride or dies and that's fine.
Yeah, and
but
just
having the
because-
options,
Just
great.
because you do that doesn't mean that you're any less of a player, which I feel like this person's maybe hinting at.
100%.
So it continues, and it is a bit long. So, and the few of you that do switch it up every day, or even just occasionally, you are just making things harder on your DM. It's important for DMs to have a good grasp of what their players' characters are capable of. And when that's changing all the time, that makes it hard for us to plan. And obviously, it's a lot harder for us to plan your class's whole entire spell list than it is to only know a plan for a relatively limited spell selection. I know it's funny when a player casts an unexpected spell that bypasses everything the DM has planned, but that's not actually a good thing. I've never experienced this myself, but
okay.
But
I'm too good of a DM to do that.
But there are enough horror stories about it. On the flip side, when the DM is expecting you to prepare a spell that you normally do, planning on giving your character a moment to shine with that spell specifically, and then you don't prepare it, that also sucks. Overall, having less ability to tailor an adventure to your character is just going to make the adventure more generic. I couldn't disagree with this less. More. I really disagree with this.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know what I just said then.
The bit I fucking hate, I hate all of it, but the bit that I hate there is outdoing it's like in D&D, to me, problems are meant to be solved.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, you know, like having a moment where everyone's at a fucking standstill because the thing you did was too complicated, or the puzzle you made was too hard, or you were depending on one spell and somebody didn't prepare it.
Yeah.
That means the puzzle's shit, in my opinion.
Exactly. It means that, and
Like-
there's a fine line. There's a fine line of being frustrated and being frustrated enough, but just getting
Like,
it.
if I put a problem in the way for my players, and one of them has to use a spell, or Margaret has to use a wild shape, and they get around it, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
There might be a little skill check,
Yeah.
and, you know, things might go wrong with a few, like, rolls of the dice, and, you know, that's the drama of D&D, and that's why we love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not putting a problem in the game to just outright fucking stop you in
I
your tracks
know,
and make you think, because that sucks.
Because that's very DM versus player.
That's
and
exactly what it is.
You know what? After reading that section, and there is more.
You don't need to read it if you don't.
I do almost sympathize with OP in a sense, because when I DM'd, I had a hard time managing my expectations for what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I quickly learned that that's why I'm not cut out to be a DM, because I can't manage everything that's going to happen. I can't assume things are going to happen. And I understand how that could be frustrating. And I think this whole thing, and I know they say I haven't experienced this myself, I feel
Such a
like
lie.
this comes from such a personal view, and they're really tainted. They can't. Oh my goodness. We have both been having awful times with our mics today.
I'm just going to fiddle with it a bit more. You're probably going to hear loads of noise.
Yeah, I can see how that's frustrating.
Like, look, the thing is, right, it probably comes from experience. But again, I don't think, like, you're harboring that mentality of DM versus player.
You're projecting
your feelings onto your players.
You
there.
are 100%.
You are literally going, oh, but I can't have them figuring it out. It's like, why?
Yeah.
That makes them feel good.
And it's like, I was going to let them have a moment to shine here. And it's like, that's not up to you.
Let them fucking let them think of a way to shine.
And then let you be reactive to it.
Be reactive to it.
Don't
It's
set
like,
up, like...
It was like that time, like I'll say it again, it's like when Abby was like, you were fighting those fucking fire elementals. And then Abby was like, can I use my action to thaumaturgy somebody out of fire?
Yeah.
So they don't, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's see if you can hone your magic and stuff like that.
And she did.
And she
and
did.
It slapped.
And it's like, you know, she didn't unravel my entire encounter because
no.
she used the fucking brain and she used the spell slots and she used a resource and she overcame a problem.
Totally.
It's like, if you, in my opinion, if you've made your players use something they've got, if it's one thing, if it's
draining
a
resource,
then you've created a good enough problem for them to want to do something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any fucking better feeling on earth then there be a problem. You look at your spell list or you look at your abilities and you'd be like, can I try this? And the DM be like, yeah, do it. Roll a dice. You roll a dice and it happens. And you're like, nice.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, you think, you sit there and you're like, my brain is so large right now.
Yeah, you go big brain.
You go, my
brain
brain is so large right now. Yep. And that felt fucking awesome.
Totally.
And this person doesn't want you to do that.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like this person may potentially be very much in their head about this. And I think they're really struggling. There is more. I don't think I'm going to read it. Because it gets... Listen, this is going to be a longer episode anyway.
So long.
And I feel like it just kind of goes on the same
It just rambles. But, the juicy bits were at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. There's yeah.
No, the juicy bits in terms of it was. Yeah.
And I just think, listen, if you are a prepared spellcaster, do not let your DM guilt you by being like, oh,
you shouldn't know that full spell list.
This is so unbalanced.
That's so hard for me.
This is so unbalanced. Then if they didn't want you to play a prepared spellcast, they shouldn't let you play one.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't agree.
What do you mean?
I don't agree. You should never stop somebody from playing a prepared spellcast.
Oh, no, yeah. But, if they had a problem with it from the get-go, they should have said...
Yeah, I guess. But do you know what I mean? Like, that means you're just taking out...
Yeah, well, apparently you're going to take out everyone.
You're going to take out cleric, you're going to take out druid, you're going to take out wizard, you're going to take out artificer, you're going to take out all of these classes from the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to me, this sounds like this person just doesn't know how to balance their game properly. Yeah, and they're taking the frustration out. They're not looking inward and they're blaming it on something else.
I think it's not that they don't know how to balance it. They don't like it when they're outsmarted.
That's the vibe I'm getting.
That's the vibe I'm getting. It's
Man, you failed the vibe check. Person before you pass.
You failed the
vibe check.
This
totally.
is just like, I don't like it when my players succeed. I don't like it when my players solve problems. I don't like it when my players use their resources to get past it. It's like, what's the fucking point in putting something in the way then if it's not to get past it?
Yeah, I feel like this...
Did you just not prepare enough and now you're in a panic mode?
Well,
that's something that you can fix.
Yeah,
don't take it out on your players.
I don't know. I feel like this comes from a really bad place, actually.
Rubbish.
And, that's an unpopular opinion. Totally, that's an unpopular opinion. And you know what? Maybe if you hadn't have failed the vibe check so hard, I would have given it a little bit more credence. But shan't.
Shan't.
Oh, so my goodness, shake it off. I could tell we both got angry there. I just didn't like the way that was worded.
Yeah, and it was shit.
Yeah, and it was shit.
And it was rubbish.
Yeah, it was shit. And again, like, listen. I know we were like moments before we were like, no one's ever wrong. But when you are actively trying to make your players have a bad time and blaming your players for problems that aren't necessarily their fault,
it's not their fault.
I think that's a bad attitude.
Like, millions of games of D&D have taken place with prepared spellcasters in. The idea of just being like, you can't know your full spell list because that's hard for me. It's like, no, that's not the point. You just don't like your players solving your problems too quickly. That's what it is, and that's a you problem.
Agreed.
That's an issue, not an ish me.
Oh my god!
As Paris likes to say.
Is that what Paris says? An issue.
That's a shout out to Paris in the Discord.
I like that.
That's an issue, not an ish me.
Issue. Oh shit! I've never heard that. I like that.
That's a Parisism.
That's a Paris special, is it?
Paris special.
I like that. Oh, all right. Okay. So on to the next. This is number 6, 7, 8.
This is 8.
Yeah, whatever.
7, 8. 6, 7, 8.
So, this is actually titled, "What's your most popular D&D opinion?" I see a lot of most unpopular threads. How about we take a chance to share most of our normie and approved takes? I will start. Silvery Barbs is a very good spell. I'm with you, material obligation. I love Silver Barbs.
Do you think it's a good spell, though?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, we posted this before, and I remember, I think it was the third Jerry from the Discord, was like, I don't get it. What's wrong with it? And I was like, do you want to know what? I don't think I actually clarified why I think it's bad.
Yeah.
So let me just clarify
why
I think it's bad. I don't think... Do you want to know what? Forcing someone to reroll isn't a bad mechanic.
Well, let's go from the top. Silvery Barbs basically is a reactionary spell. It's a first level spell.
It's a first level reactionary spell.
So you see someone getting critted, you see a roll hit someone and you don't like that. It's like the Wizard's Portent. You can then go reroll.
Yeah, the Divination Wizard's Portent. The fucking Rune Knight's runic shield. I'm pretty sure the Clockwork Soul Sorcerer is like entirely based around this.
Cool.
It's a very common thing. But you know, when the Rune Knight has to activate their Storm Room, you know, they only get to do like a couple of times a day.
Yeah.
And then like enter that prophetic state to then be able to do it.
Yeah. Whereas when you're a 10th level spellcaster and you have 4 level 1 spell slots that you're not using.
4 level 1 spell slots, and it can be upcast to level 2, 2nd, 3rd, you know what I mean? Yeah. The problem with it's a reaction first level spell.
Totally.
It's a very small cost.
For a big thing.
Big thing.
So
like, you know, like we said before, like crits can swing a fight. Somebody's like on their last legs and an attack hits.
Yeah.
Like, to then just be like, I use my reaction, not my action, not my bonus action, my reaction to make you re-roll and then have to take the new roll.
Yeah.
It's not like you take it's like you have to just take the...
Yeah, listen, Willow had it, right? And the bane of your life was hearing me going,
Silvery Babs.
Legit, Silvery Babs.
Silvery Babs.
Can I Silvery Babs that?
Can I Silvery Babs that?
Can I Silvery Babs that?
And it's like...
I can see.
Yeah.
I understand. I totally understand.
And I know you do. Like, to me, it should be a 2nd or a 3rd level.
Totally. I agree.
I think it's the fact that it's a first.
There has to be more take for it.
I understand why it's a reaction spell, because it's like
you see it happen, and then
you could it's like could you make it like a fucking bonus action on your turn or something where you cast it on someone and like they have disadvantage maybe.
Yeah.
What I thought was, could you make it so it can only negate crits, or it can only not negate. So you can only either cast it when a crit happens and undo the crit, and at no other point, it's only an attack roll or a spell attack roll. When they hit with a crit,
cannot use it on a crit.
Or you can only use it when an attack doesn't crit.
Yeah. I think that could potentially. I mean, I don't know.
Just squash
give it a
little bit, tiny bit.
Yeah, give it a tiny little bit more take or more like restrictions.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to negate it too much.
Yeah.
Or maybe make it a 2nd level spell instead of a 1st.
Yeah.
I like it as a reaction. I understand why it's a reaction. I get that. But 1st level reaction spell.
I definitely think Silvery Barbs is a good spell. Depends if you're a DM or a player.
It does depend if you're a DM. Like, the thing is, right, I would never, ever, ever, ever give one of my monsters this.
I was gonna say, if one of your monsters had this, we would be fucking devastated.
I one time had an enemy that this is fucking just karma for me, right?
Go on.
I one time had a like really high level Rune Knight fighter enemy in the game, and he was about to die, and he used his runic shield, and I was like, Josh, can you re-roll that because you hit me, and and I don't want you because I'm really low. And Josh was like, all right, natural 20.
And you have to take the reroll.
With runic shield, you have to take the reroll.
So. I think the same with Silvery Barbs, right?
Yeah. So the one time that I put a reroll mechanic in there, it backfired on me so hard. I got natural 20 into oblivion.
Yeah.
My person was just like,
yeah, like So I think it totally depends who you ask.
Yeah.
I think
I do. Whether it doesn't matter who you are, in my opinion, it needs to be a high level spell.
I agree. I do agree.
Or there needs
genuinely.
to be some only a crit, only not a crit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm with you. I agree. Okay, on to the next one. So unpopular opinion, maybe. Role playing as yourself and doing what you would do in that situation is more fun than making up a character. That's short and sweet. I don't think that's true.
I do not agree.
I would not want to see myself in any of the scenarios that we go into in D&D.
That's what I thought. Like when they were like thinking about yourself in that situation, I was like, if it was me, bitch, I'm
dead
running.
And gone. I'm dead
gone.
And gone. No, yeah, I'm dead on the floor,
if there's a giant spider,
face down.
I'm running home.
Gone.
And I'm cuddling my dog.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the house.
Yeah, I'm not fighting these things.
No way.
Like,
no way. I'm not sacrificing myself for the greater good. No way.
No
it's
way.
not happening.
I'm not gonna fight Vecna.
No, absolutely
if
not.
If Vecna's coming, I'm going.
Oh, I'm gone.
I'm peacing out.
Yeah, totally. I would rather die.
I don't know. Like the thing is, it's like, could you take it to some slightly different situations?
Yeah.
And have like the more moral situations.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like,
I don't want to be making those decisions.
Yeah, but also, like the whole point is my characters lived a life that I haven't lived.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna think about
it's
it like how they have, not me.
Yeah, I think I absolutely would not. No way. Nope.
No, I don't think I would ever do this.
No way. No way. I can see why it would be appealing to people, but not to me.
But why?
Well, because you like to picture yourself as the hero, I suppose.
Or is it easier?
Probably not. Right?
Do you not think?
No.
Because the thing
not.
is, right, is it not easy? Because as soon as something happens, you'll think about it as yourself first, and then you'll be like, no, but I need to think about it like my character.
Oh, I thought you were asking, is it easier to play yourself?
Well, like, if something happens to you in game, your brain immediately goes to, ooh, or it goes to, and it's like, that's your reaction because that's what your brain thinks because that's you. You actually have to think about what your character would think.
But then again, it would be harder to roleplay that. You know what I mean? It would be harder to roleplay me going, I'm passing, I'm going to stay at home.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But if you took it away from like the combat, it was like, and you
I
took it to the,
suppose so.
If you took it to the moral decisions,
I feel like that could get really messy.
This is it. I also think it could get
that
quite
could get
personal.
really personal and really messy. There was a situation in one of the games we played. This was years ago, and one of my characters was having an argument with another person's character, and afterwards they came to me and they were like, "Were you like arguing with me?" And I had to be like, "Oh my god, no, oh my no." That was 100% in character. So it's easy. It's easy to happen. It happened. It's easy to happen. It is.
I'm just trying to think about what.
I'll tell you later.
Tell me later.
I'll tell you later. But you know,
juicy dolls.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. It was genuinely them coming to me being like, "Are you mad at me?" And of course I wasn't. But God, imagine if you were role playing.
I know
yourself.
that's what I mean. It's like if you were just role playing as yourself, and every single time anyone got angry or upset, you'd be like, "This fucking person's angry at me."
Yeah, I would get worried and upset.
Because you would be like,
I don't get worried upset because I know everyone is
that's
playing
it.
a character.
When you know it's somebody playing a character, you can draw the line.
Yeah, totally.
You can draw the line and be like, okay, this is the character talking, not the person.
Totally.
If you know it's the person talking and they're being like horrible to you, like there's no line to be drawn.
Yeah.
That's just feelings.
You'd be scrapping in the street.
That's feelings.
Oh, there's a kick in there as well. You know, like yeah. I think no.
Jack Rat
and Midrat. Jat. Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I can see why people would enjoy that, but I feel like that could open up real murky waters.
nasty gameplay.
Nasty stuff. But you know what? I do think in a situation where it's like all rainbows and sunshine and you're having a great, genuine time, I can see that.
That's a bad idea.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. I'm not even going to say the number. Probably 9.
10.
Okay, 10. You put this in purely for me. Unpopular opinion because it's a trend. No hobbits. What it says on the can. No hobbits or halflings. Thank you very much. I'm not taking any more questions.
I actually looked into the comments to see like what the reasoning was.
What was the reasoning?
Because fuck hobbits.
Yeah, fair. No, yeah.
That was the reason.
Fuck 'em.
I was like, there's obviously something about lucky. Oh, there's obviously something about like, being able to re-roll ones that people don't like.
Yep.
And it was literally I fucking hate hobbits. I fucking hate halflings and that's it.
Did I write this when I was like asleep or something?
Potentially. This was maybe like your subconscious.
Actually, you know what? So I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, you don't mind halflings.
Don't mind halflings.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with halflings because again they're very akin to hobbits and I love hobbits. I'm fine with that.
What about the big feet?
No.
And the hair on the feet.
The hair, not so much. Listen, if you know me in real life, I have fucking flippers for feet.
Yeah, very wide feet.
Big old flippers.
They're very, very wide.
Yep.
Like they're not very big, but they're very
wide.
Flat and wide.
What did you describe them as last night? Like
pork chops.
A pork chop in a game.
When you look at a video game and there's like that stereotypical sort
pork
of
chop
piece of meat.
Yeah. That's my foot.
That's what Margaret's foot looks like.
That's my feet. And no, you have to pay for that if you want to see that. But
Eldritch Podblast.
Wow. What was I saying?
I don't know. The thing is, right? Not all halflings have Tigers have big hairy feet.
I don't mind the feet. The feet don't bother me.
You just said you didn't like the feet.
No, the feet aren't.
So
an
like,
issue.
I thought that the feet thing was just like a Lord of the Rings thing.
I think it's a generic thing, right?
But is it?
I think so.
Is it?
I don't know.
Because you don't really see that much of it in D&D.
You don't see many feet in D&D.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Listen. So no,
Tell
feet
me
don't bother
about
me.
the feet.
The feet don't bother me. The visuals don't bother me.
Even the hair.
No, don't bother me.
Yeah.
Don't bother me.
I do feel like you do have halfling feet yourself.
Are you just saying my feet are hairy?
No, but I'm saying they're big.
Oh, they are big.
Wide.
No. I don't have an issue with that. No, I don't have an issue with that. Let me. Okay, listen. Okay, right. I'm gonna get into it. You've made me get into it now.
Talk to me.
I don't mind.
I knew this would be the best one.
Don't mind halflings.
Okay.
Don't mind halflings. I'm gonna say that straight off the bat. Nothing about them bothers me. The gnomes.
What is it about the gnomes?
It's the fucking gnomes. So
snap the iPad.
Listen,
in
and I know so many of you play gnomes, and I'm happy for you, and I support you.
The thing is, though, Marcus,
I just never want to see
the advantage on charisma, intelligence, and wisdom saving throws is a fucking legit.
I don't care. Listen,
it's legit.
There's something about, and I am stereotyping here, and I'm aware of this.
Oh, no.
I am. I'm putting them into
no.
a caricature. It's the idea of like the weird gnome. I'm not down with it.
Is it like the mechanical engineering gnome that you don't like?
I hate that, but that's not necessarily.
That's how WoW.
That's how WoW portrays them. But that's not necessarily it. It's how they're like. They've all got stupid names like Fizzy. I'm sorry, I'm being mean. Watch everyone in the chat be like, my gnome's called Fizzy.
My gnome's called Fizzy.
Fizzy. And you know what? Fizzy is such a cute name. Not on a gnome.
Like a cute female gnome?
Don't care.
No,
I'm not interested in the slightest. No way.
What about Chetney from Campaign 3?
Hate him. Jeez. I hate Chetney. I'll say it. I hate Chetney Pockapee. I hate him.
C-pop.
Yep. Anyone else?
No, really.
Oh. Frodo and Sam, they're fine in my books.
They're halflings, not gnomes.
Exactly.
What about dwarves?
Hate dwarves. Hate them.
Which one do you hate more, gnomes or dwarves?
Dwarves.
Really?
I hate dwarves more.
What is it about the dwarves?
Listen, oh my god, I'm going to get absolutely cancelled. Someone's going to clip this and I'm going to get cancelled for this. Listen, I just don't get down with dwarves. Don't get down with them.
Which part?
The height.
Okay.
I don't like...
What is it about the height though? Because gnomes are smaller.
Yeah. Then I don't like them just as much.
I thought you said you didn't like dwarves the most though.
The dwarves, okay? It's the beards. Listen, it's the stoutness of it all.
Is it like the
rotundness? And I'm stout. I'm rotund. Maybe that's why I don't like seeing it. Listen,
it's a reminder of yourself.
Yeah, it's like I don't like being reminded. Like
that I'm short and rotund. You're not rotund.
I'm pretty rotund.
No, you're not.
There's a bit of
you're cute.
Root things, Jack, in a munchkin way.
In a munchkin
Hate munchkins as well. No, I'm okay with munchkins, actually. I punch myself. Yeah, there's something about dwarves. Again, this is very much the stereotype of the dwarf. I don't like
the mountainous.
I don't like the mountain. Don't like it.
Like, what about like the blacksmithing?
Don't like. I hate the blacksmithing.
Really?
I hate the blacksmithing. I hate it all. I hate the tinkering. I hate the innovation of it all. I hate it.
Yeah, the innovation of it all.
I hate it.
Fair.
Let's just stay in the dark ages. Honestly, I can't tell you why I don't like them genuinely,
Fair.
As I've listed 15,000 options. And listen, again, I am of course joking. If you're playing a gnome or a dwarf or whatever, I'm happy for you. But
She looks it.
I would not play one myself. They just don't interest me.
Fair.
I am definitely an elf lady.
Sexy elf lady.
Sexy elf lady. Sexy furbolgs. Love a furbolg.
Yeah, I know there's other people probably in the watch party in the Discord. The
I know
comments
there
that
is.
agree.
I know there is.
Yeah.
Tieflings. I can get to. I would pick a human over a dwarf or a gnome. Goblins. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of goblins.
Cute.
Yeah. Funny.
Is it the ears?
Yeah, a bit strange, and I like that. But any other ones? Hobbits, you're welcome in. Goblins, you can come to the club. Dwarves and gnomes, you're staying outside.
You are not invited.
You're standing out in the rain, and I'm not calling you back.
Fair.
And that's all I'm saying.
There we go. At least we got some clarification
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
At least like everyone understands that you're a horrendous person.
Again,
people understand your biases now.
Oh yeah, you understand. I am joking. Jack, tell him I'm joking.
She's joking.
Thanks, Jack. I looked at you with such intensity, I nearly popped a contact lens out.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Wow, we have so many left, Jack.
We don't need to do them all. Just do the best ones.
Go on, let me pick. Fill the silence.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Any more?
No. I was about to say God Save the Queen. And then I stopped myself.
No, yeah. R.I.P. Queenie.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, right. I know there's a couple that you really liked, so we'll go through them.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
we just pick.
Then we're gonna fucking wrap it up.
Yeah, because it's fucking like.
Yeah, this is long, man.
Easily over 2 hours.
Well,
now.
It doesn't help that about an hour of it was me talking about how much I hate gnomes and dwarves.
It's only 6 minutes.
Okay, so this is I don't know what number.
Number 11.
Taverns are a great starter for campaigns. That's right. I said it. I'd also like to say their username is Horrifying Truths. If I had a nickel for every single time I had someone tell me that a tavern was boring, a predictable way to start a campaign, I'd have enough nickels to build myself an actual tavern from the ground up. Now I know that it might not be too unpopular an opinion, but for those of you who disagree, I would genuinely like to know why. Or better yet, I'd like to know some superior alternatives to starting a campaign in A, a well-known and recognizable fantasy location. Oh, no, they're not doing the ABC system.
Well, you can do it. B.
B, a common meeting spot for adventurers and common folk alike. C, quest givers / gossip galore. D, a new player / DM crutch, easily able to be modified or relied upon. I once heard someone call it easy. Of course it's easy. We DMs aren't trying to think of things purposely to make our lives harder.
Exactly.
We're all humans with lives. Most of us can't devote hours of time to making new starts to games when taverns do the job just fine. Now, I may just be a grumpy DM who heard an unpopular opinion just one too many times, but that's my 2 coppers. Do with it as you will.
I couldn't agree more. Like, the thing is, it's easy. Who gives a
Who
fuck?
cares? Who cares
Who
if it's easy?
cares?
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
if
cares?
Matthew Mercer can start campaign 2 in a tavern,
can.
you can fucking start campaign 2
Yeah.
in a cavern.
Listen, like...
In a
coven? No, with the dwarves.
Yeah.
No.
In the cavern with the dwarves and the gnomes.
Oh, no.
Like,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Do you want to know what? I never thought about it, but iconic.
Iconic.
Lots and lots of adventurers meet there.
Yeah.
Like, in the D&D movie, they literally have a bit where they're like, I haven't seen it, it was just in the episode, it's just like, what should we do next? I don't know. Should we go to the tavern and have a drink and think about it? Yeah. It's iconic for a reason.
Lord of the Rings, where they meet Aragorn.
Yeah, Aragorn. In the fucking
in the
in
I
the
was going
tavern.
to say in the club. In the club. Yeah.
Just Aragorn shaking it down.
Hell yeah. What's his nickname?
Strider.
Strider. I was going to say.
Come on, Margaret.
Come
on.
Cut it out. Edit it. Edit
You're
it
better
out.
than that.
Margaret, edit this out.
Lives for Lord of the Rings.
I do. Sorry. I was gonna call I was gonna call him Flyer. Which cut it. Cut it.
Flyer. Aragorn the Flyer. But right, the thing is, it's like gossip. Perfect.
Yeah, love
perfect.
that.
Perfect place to pick up a quest to overhear something that maybe you shouldn't have. Like, the thing is, right, the only reason you're not putting it in a tavern or you don't want to put it in a tavern
because you want to be different
is because you think you're original.
Yeah, man.
No one fucking cares.
No one's original.
You're going to be in there for 5 minutes while they meet and then something else is going to happen.
Yeah, and again,
who gives a fuck that it starts in a tavern?
I agree.
You've got a problem for no other reason than having a problem.
I know, than thinking that you know better.
There's nothing in life that fucking pisses me off more than people who just want to have a problem for no other reason than having a problem.
I know.
Find something better to do.
I agree. I think, like, again, I've never thought about it like this, to be honest. What OP said, like the whole, it's a common meeting spot for adventurers. You go to a local pub around here. No, that's a really bad example.
Don't go.
I was going to say you're going to meet interesting. You're going to meet interesting people.
They'll
for sure.
They'll be very interesting.
They'll be very interesting.
Probably for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. But that's. I agree.
It's great. It's great.
I agree.
My first campaign started in a tavern.
It did. Did this? This didn't.
No.
Where did this start?
This one started. You had like a tour around the town.
Yes.
Some old man shield you into guilt tripped you into
Yeah,
giving
I
him
think
a
that's
couple
because
of
we
cover.
didn't have Abby.
Yeah.
So we had to have a way to introduce her later.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I don't think there's anything wrong with the tavern. And don't let anyone, listen DMs, don't let anyone tell you you're being unoriginal or it's too easy to let people
The
meet in a
tropes are
tavern.
good for a reason.
We look forward to meeting in the tavern.
I would love to meet in a tavern.
I would love to meet in a tavern. Yeah, me too.
Easy.
Love to start my adventure in a tavern.
Where are you going?
It's got food, it's got drink, it's got
every
somewhere
single
to stay.
other town that you go to. I bet you want to go to the tavern. So why don't you want to start in one?
No.
What's the problem?
I agree. I hate the idea that like, oh, it's unoriginal. Who cares?
Who the fuck? What are you playing D&D to just not be original?
Are you writing your own game system?
What's the reason you're playing?
Why have we gotten so heated over this one?
Just
oh man,
it annoys me so much.
We thought you got heated in the horrible house rules. You are heated. You're not cranked all the way up. You hungry?
Me, no, not at all.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What do you want for tea?
Don't know. Go on, let us know.
Let us know what we should have for tea.
What are we having for tea? What are you having for tea? Okay, I'm gonna put one more in.
All right, go on then.
Oh, there's quite a few good ones.
But just put them in there. No one cares. Everyone's gonna be like, longer, make them longer.
Oh my god, I know. In our watch party, I've asked everyone, is everyone okay with the long episodes? And everyone's like, make them longer.
Why aren't they longer, Myra?
Yeah.
The fact that it's stopping is making me sad.
Someone was like, I could watch a 12-hour strip. I don't know. I don't know how you can listen to this.
This
fucking tosh.
This unhinged mess.
Oh, okay, right, okay. I'm going to power through them.
Go on.
This title, Am I the Only One? That's it. And it turns out all the lights go black and we realize we're just stuck in the Matrix. That's it.
Oh, no.
Yep.
It's the sad moment when you realize you are the only one.
Yeah. That moment when you realize you're the only one. Is anyone else annoyed by players who have twists or tragic backstory for no reason?
This is a personal attack.
I wrote this about you. I had a player who, for a one-shot, said my character runs away. They said a tall elf appears and all knows your names. At the end of the game, they talked about how they were a surprise changeling. I feel like a lot of players over-rely on twists and tragedy. By the way, I use twists and tragedy. I just think most players overdo it and don't know proper pacing. Anyway, that's my unpopular opinion. Have a nice day.
So look, you hit me with the opinion, and then you hit me with the greatest twist of all time.
Yeah, and then you peace out and tell me to have a nice day. Thanks, Graham.
Like, it's a one shot. Someone turns up. My character runs away. A tall elf approaches the table and knows all of your names.
Hello, Jack.
I'm a surprise changeling.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the fucking memes in the Discord. That moment when it's a surprise changeling.
Yeah, I think
Look, I love tragedy.
No, same.
I love surprises.
Same.
I love twists.
Me too. I think they're imperative to a story.
Personally, yeah. I don't think I could tell a good story without one.
Me too.
I think I do rely on them. This is why I feel like it's a personal attack.
No, I don't think you rely on them, but listen, we love a good plot twist.
I love... What do I love? Apart from Mag.
Oh.
I think, to me, The Last of Us 2 is one of the best told stories.
Agree. Hard agree.
Because the thing is, it's like, I love... Bad guys aren't just bad guys because they're bad guys.
Yeah. Bad guys are bad guys because something has happened to
bad
shape
guys are bad
them.
guys because fucking they've gone through something
Abby
to make
is
them
one
the
of
bad
the
guy.
best bad guys, probably in written history.
Not the player at our table.
Also, Abby, you're a terrible bad
She
person.
figured out the plot of the campaign.
But you're one of the best ones.
Do you know what I mean?
Abby in The Last of Us.
That moment. I'm not gonna put
no,
spoilers
don't.
in. I'm not gonna say spoilers. Like having the other side. It's like, you know what? Like the things that we didn't tell you. The things that happened to the giants.
Huh?
In my campaign.
Yes.
You know
Sorry,
what I mean?
I thought we were talking about fucking The Last of Us.
No, the things that happened to the giants in the campaign.
Yes.
Like you're finally starting to see the other side of the story.
Yes, yeah.
And it's
yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, the other side of the story is a bad guy. If you've got a BBEG in your campaign, if you do not tell their story, they are bad for no other reason than being bad.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to tell the bad guy story.
I agree. No, I agree very much so. And again, even as a player, as writing a backstory, love a bit of a twist and love a bit of a tragedy. But, you know, is there a place for it in a one-shot? Maybe not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like...
There isn't any time for that.
Yeah, unless your DM has explicitly said...
And they are the greatest DM of all time. Yeah, they can tie all of your backstories.
To squeeze it into a one-shot. I agree. But, you know, even like... Yeah, I think maybe this is a situation that happened to this person personally, and they just found it really weird. And I've never been annoyed by players who have twists or tragedy backstory, because, you know, it would be stupid of me to assume that I know that it's for no reason.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would never assume that someone did something for no reason unless they actively said it.
What about the change?
Listen,
there's a time and a place.
That felt unnecessary. It did. It felt unnecessary.
Maybe a little unnecessary.
But, you know, at the same time, right? Like, you know, that didn't harm anyone.
No, it doesn't.
That didn't
it
put a pause on.
It was just funny.
Like, that didn't put a pause on the game. That didn't, like, that wasn't like a PvP moment or anything. Like, you know, if it was a moment of my player runs away and a sexy elf comes back.
Oh, damn. What about a sexy dwarf? Or a sexy gnome?
Punted into the fucking sea.
Kick him into the stratosphere. No, Margaret.
We are going to get copyright struck so hard.
You hit me.
So bad.
Bring it on.
I don't even know what we're saying anymore. But...
Just go on the next one.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
Watch it not be the last. There's 3 more. This is... I feel like we're getting super unhinged.
When Jack plans the episodes.
Okay. So, unpopular opinion. There are so many ways to play D&D nowadays that if you aren't playing D&D, it's because you just don't want to. And there is a meme that comes with this.
Yeah, we'll put... let me put the...
Thanks, Jack.
Okay.
Thanks, Jack. Everyone. So when are we actually going to play D&D? Also, everyone. That's the neat part. We don't.
I love the meme.
Love the meme.
I hate the opinion.
Oh, I don't think I copied over... Was there any text to it? Or was
No, that's it.
Was that it?
That's the opinion.
Yeah, I listen. Call up your family. Call up your friends. Anyone who's not playing D&D, you tell them. You're just not playing D&D because you don't want to.
Yeah, that's such a shit opinion.
I feel like that's...
It's like, there's all sorts of reasons.
There's so many reasons why people don't play D&D. Time. We're adults.
Time.
Resources.
You only want to play in person and you can't do.
Yeah. Money.
The
shit costs a lot of money.
Social anxiety.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest ones.
Absolutely.
Being like, I want to play, but I'm struggle to like actually do it.
Chronic illness.
Get over the hurdle.
Being disabled.
Yes.
There is so many reasons.
And to be so ignorant.
I know,
to literally just be like,
so ignorant.
You just don't want to.
You just don't want to play D&D. Like, I feel like once again, this has come from a place where they've been stung by something.
This is somebody who obviously is in like 46 different campaigns, and they're like, oh, well, I play in so many, so how can't you find one?
I think this probably comes from a place of, this person found a group to play D&D with, right? And then they kept rescheduling, and people just gave excuses, and this person didn't deem the excuses as genuine excuses. Mm-hmm. That's what that feels like to me, and you never know what someone is going through.
You just don't. Like, literally, you could look at somebody, you have no idea what they're going through. You have no idea. You have no idea what's going on in their life. You don't have an idea what's going on at their job, at school, at college, anything. You have no clue what that person's going through.
Everyone is going through something.
How about you back off?
Yeah, tell him.
How about you back off?
Tell him. Yeah.
Huh? You want to go?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I don't.
Go on, mate. Show him.
Oh, me show him.
Oh, they're tired now.
I'm running out of fumes. Yeah, you never know what someone is going through. And again, also, you don't owe anyone anything.
You absolutely don't.
If you agree that you're going to play a D&D game, and for whatever reason you don't want to, granted, you owe it to them to know them far in advance, and you owe it to them to actually tell them, but you don't owe anyone anything.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You simply don't.
And if they feel like
they're entitled to your time,
give them the finger.
Fuck off.
Give them the bird.
Give them the bird. All right. Okay. Right. There's 2 more, and they're short. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Okay. Hopefully, a nice, respectful discussion on it's what my character would do. So, I find this an unpopular opinion because I feel it needs to be said. It's what my character would do is not a bad thing for your players to say. I mean, as a DM and as a player, I feel that this is something we should strive for, getting into the heads of our characters to express how they would truly act. The problem is that certain people use it as a catch-all for being stupid or having their character play as the player. Most people say that this after doing something stupid, that this is what their character would do in the situation, not the character. Sorry, I ruined the whole sentence. Most people would say this after doing something stupid, that is what the player would have done in that situation and not the character they have crafted. I didn't expect to agree with this, but I think I agree with this one.
I read the bit at the beginning and I was like, I'm about to get real obsessed.
Yeah, I think I agree with this one.
Yeah. The problem is people do shitty things and people act like assholes and people act as themselves. Like if Jack was playing at the table and I did something stupid, I'd be like, that's what my character would do. As a get-out.
As a fail-safe, as an
excuse to be like, oh, well, no, that's what my character would do.
I completely agree.
So it's like, now it's been tarred with a horrible brush.
Yes, no, I very much agree. And how many times do we specifically read horror stories about people saying that's what my character would do? And it's people are treating it like it's a scapegoat, and it's not.
It's right. We should all strive when we sit at the table, if we want to have a heavy roleplay game, we should all strive to do what our characters would do.
Yeah.
But the problem is, that phrase has been ruined.
It has been ruined.
Idiots.
Although, saying that, you regularly, like sometimes it's mainly when it comes to big decisions or when it's in combat, if it seems like we're struggling and there's kind of discussion going on above table.
We've got a little bit of analysis paralysis.
Yes.
A little bit of analysis paralysis.
Oh, we do. And
they're like, what do I do? And everyone's like, oh, well, you should do this. And somebody else, oh, you should do this. I just say, whoa.
What would your character do?
What would Rayla do in this moment?
Yeah. And the amount of times that has taken me out of the situation and been like, yeah, fuck it, Rayla would do
What would Rayla do? It's like,
regardless.
We need to think about those things, whether it's like the best thing in terms of like strategy or the best thing in terms of tactics.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, it's like, what would your character do?
I think an important thing is, trusting the people around you to not use that as an excuse to do something shitty. Yes. None of us would use it.
No, and that's why we feel comfortable saying
we regularly actually say that, to be honest. There was an example was we were fighting a big ugly bat and we were at the top of a tower and we had all had to run to get up this tower, right? And this dude, if he got to the bell, it would have been over. Like there would have been really bad consequences for the whole town. So Rayla, and even though I knew it probably would be annoying for everyone else, although they're spellcasters, so they had range, she would just made it up the tower. I was like, she's just going to jump on the fucking bat and bring him to the ground. I died because of it.
You went down. You went unconscious. You didn't die.
I went down because of it. But, that was a moment where I was absolutely agonizing. And you were like, what does Rayla want to do?
What does Rayla want to do?
Because I was agonizing over it, thinking, is this going to be the best thing? Turns out it was. Turns out that was the right thing to do. And everyone at the table, by the way, no one gave me flack for this.
No.
Everyone was like, that was a great move. But I got inside my head because I wasn't thinking of what my character would do.
Yeah, and like, if there's a moment in the campaign where your character does what they actually would do, like actually genuinely thinking of their character, and somebody begins to give you flack for it, just as a DM, just put a stop to it.
Yeah.
Like, okay? Just stop.
Yeah.
Like, because if we should never punish each other for doing actually doing what our characters would do.
Unless they're doing something to the detriment.
Yeah.
Like, unless, you know the type of people we're talking about when we're saying...
Yeah, I mean, that's what this post is about.
Yeah, well,
that's
exactly.
like if someone's like, that's what my character would do. It's like, no, that's what you would do, and you're an asshole.
And you're
just
being annoying about it. You're just trying to be funny, or you're trying to show people
We should probably try and begin to take the stigma away from that's what my character would do.
I agree. Take it away.
Yeah, we should probably start to say, like...
Take the astigmatism away. The stigmata.
What?
Do you not remember? I tried to say stigma, but I called it stigmata. And then I was like, no, that's the I thing. No,
that's a stigmatism.
That's a stigmatism. Stigmatism.
Don't you have a stigmatism?
I do have a stigmatism. I do. I don't have stigmatas.
You're a gift.
Thank
To this
you.
world.
Thanks, Jack. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. I don't know what I was saying.
Well, no, we were just saying like, yeah. The problem is when people use it badly, it then, ruins it for everyone else.
Yeah, totally.
And I agree, and I completely agree with this post.
Agreed. I
we should
agree.
strive to think about what our characters would do and act as if this is what my character would do.
I agree. As long as it's not to the detriment of your party, and as long as you're not doing it to be fucking annoying.
It's only a detriment to the party when you're not doing what your character would do. You're doing what you would do and dressing it up like that.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yes. Yeah.
And you're dressing it up with the phrase, that's what my character would do as a scapegoat for you to be an asshole.
Agreed. Man, I did not expect to agree with that.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good, isn't it?
I feel like the phrase itself is very unpopular. However, I do think actually with the great explanation behind it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I agree.
Okay, we're to the last one.
Wow.
How is everyone doing? It's been a long time. We've been here a long time.
We've been filming for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, but we have had a lot of stops because we had to give the dog his tea. We had to have some stops because, things. Right, this is the last one.
Number 15?
Number 15. Fucking hell, have we done 15?
I put 15 when Jack plans the session.
When Jack plans the session, you get 15.
You get 15.
You're the longest episode you've ever had. No, this is definitely not the longest episode we've had.
I think it might be.
So, forget controversial / unpopular opinions. What's your weird opinion?
Oh, this is the last one. These are just a bunch of funny ones. We don't have to talk about any of these ones. We're just going to reel through some of the stupid ones.
All right, okay. This is the treat at the end. This is your dessert.
Margaret always gives you a little bit of a treat. So
thanks,
I thought
Jack.
I'd do the same.
Okay, so accidentally calling a person out of game by their character name is the same as calling your teacher mummy. I do this all the time.
Do you?
I do it to Josh. I don't know if you've noticed. I call him Malice still to this day.
Yes, you do. Yes,
all the time. Yes. To his face. All the time. And it's just Josh.
The same as calling your teacher mummy.
Teacher mummy. I've never done this.
Never called your teacher mummy?
No.
I don't think I ever have. But I can imagine school kids, somebody calling the teacher mummy.
Ripping into you. Yeah,
you called the teacher mummy.
I know, yeah. No, I've never had that. But no, I do that all the time. So, and if I'm calling Josh mummy, then fair enough.
You can call Josh mummy.
Fair enough.
Everyone calls you mummy.
They do.
Everyone calls me daddy.
The Dirt Daddy. That's your name.
Dirt Daddy.
Dirt Daddy and my mummy. That's
I don't mind Dirt Daddy.
But Dad.
Are you going to call me Dad? Call me Dirt Daddy.
Dirt Daddy. There we go. You've heard it here.
Confirmed.
Hadar's human form is Guy Fieri. And there is absolutely a cult of Flavor Town somewhere in Faerun. Moth, this one's for you.
Moth, this is for Moth. I put this in for Moth.
And Moth only.
Moth is somebody in the Discord who just lives for Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. So, I don't know who the fuck Hadar is. It's like Hunger of Hadar?
Yeah, the person who created Hunger. There's like Mordenkainen and Hunger of Hadar.
Yeah.
Liam and Tiny Hut. They're all like wizards or sorcerers or like patrons or something.
We're going to have to look up Hadar. He is Guy Fieri. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I can get down with that. Dwarves should reproduce by painstakingly making new dwarves out of stone, runes, and jewels. Don't.
Why not?
Don't reproduce.
Ever.
Don't.
You're not allowed to reproduce.
No.
I got Hadar here.
Let me see.
Just like.
Oh, that doesn't look like Guy Fieri at all.
No, they don't look like Guy Fieri, but they are.
They are Guy Fieri.
They're the Forgotten Realms version of Guy Fieri.
Nice. I like that. Does he do like a TV show called like Taverns?
Hunger. Hunger of the Tavern.
Taverns, flybys, and horses and steeds.
Nice. Taverns, flybys, and horses.
Steeds.
Love it.
Thanks.
Love it.
Wow, that I really had to rattle my brain to think of that.
Just pull 3 words.
Oh man. Because Dinah's driving and dives.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, Margaret.
Okay. A wish should require a cake, candles, and a somatic component. On the contrary, the caster speaking the wish should cause the spell to fail. What does that mean? Don't get that. What? What are we talking about?
But I thought it should be to cast wish. You need a birthday cake and candles, and the verbal.
Oh, and you blow it out.
And yeah, you blow it out, and the verbal components are singing happy birthday.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that's sweet. I didn't understand that at all. That went straight over my head. I was like, why the fuck would you need a cake?
Why would you need a fucking cake?
Oh, okay, I get it. No, I get it.
You
I
blow out
get
the
it. I
candles.
like that.
Yeah, it's cute.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Bludgeoning should just be called blunt. But the creators of D&D knew they couldn't be trusted with the word blunt. No, they couldn't. No, they could
it's
not.
Blunt damage, and everyone's like, now we're getting copyrighted.
No, yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm going to absolutely have to, Jack, write that down. I'm going to have to blur that out somehow.
Where's my mouse?
And finally, and I think this is a perfect one to end it on, if I do say so myself. No, it's not. If I can't play a dwarf, you can't play a furry. Wrong. I'm going to play a furry 10 times out of 10, and you can't stop me.
And you're not allowed to play a dwarf.
Wrong. Get your dwarf ass looking bitch ass out of here.
Get him out.
Let me play a furry.
Don't reproduce.
Don't
carve your babies out of stone.
And let me be a furry in peace. Thank you, and goodbye. See ya.
Bye.
No, those were really good.
Yeah, it's just cute.
You did a great job.
Finishes.
You did a great job. Tell Jack you did a great job coming up with a script. Long script, but a good script nonetheless.
Long, Jack.
I think it's because you know what? We ranted a lot in the beginning. There was a lot of ranting.
There was a lot of ranting.
There was a lot of blood pressure boiling. Someone in one of our watch parties, Kay, said, when you're rewatching these things that have pissed you off at the time, do you get like second-hand rage? And yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do.
We read some of these stupid things that are said, and we're like,
just
man,
the stupidest shit.
it's just as annoying the second time round.
Stupidest shit I've ever read.
It is. It is.
Some of it is just so stupid.
Yeah, well.
And it makes me sad that some people can be so stupid.
I feel like wow, I feel like that was really unhinged at the end.
It's okay.
Real unhinged. I like it. I like the vibes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's good. Also, if you're in a watch party, our official playing you out the auditorium while the janitors turn on the lights and clean up the floor. We are always going to play Crab Rave.
As soon as the video ends on the watch party, we'll have Crab Rave.
You get a Crab Rave, so you get 3 minutes of pure bliss.
But yeah, let me play you out.
Yeah.
So, if you liked it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to do a rendition of Crab Rave. Don't.
This is getting copyrighted. 1, 2.
Go on, roll us out, Jack.
If you liked the video, consider leaving a like. It's the thumbs up just below. If you liked it enough, consider subscribing to the channel. We've just hit over 2,600 subscribers.
We have.
Which is
2,600 squad blasters, baby.
Squaddy bees.
Thank you.
Tell us your most unpopular opinion out of this, or if you have an unpopular opinion.
Tell us. We have a submission
I would love to hear it.
Tell
us in the comments below.
Tell us in the comments below.
And then tell us in the submission form. Do we have an unpopular opinion in the submission form? Fair enough.
We do.
So yeah, leave a comment down below. Anything that you do, if you like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell to be notified when we release videos on Monday or Thursday. All of those help the channel more than you would ever know.
The YouTube overlords are being YouTube overlords.
We must appease them.
We must appease them, yes.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
I love you all very much.
All very much.
And we will see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.